If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it. Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still in the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof of my life, better more than no proof. I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never traded him. You never know what is a star like another city, the driver's side Florida. Gucci get large, so many more, 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, cute as can be. You can watch on YouTube with view for French. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Woo! You found it.
We found it!
Wow. Update.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I heard like a good 30 seconds.
All right. Well, that's on you. Fair. You know, you didn't have your listening.
It
ears
is
on.
on me.
True.
Yeah.
You didn't have your listening.
I
ears
had
on.
everything prepped, but minus that.
We did it, guys.
Yep.
Attaboy.
Nice job.
Attaboy. All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome on in. Tobin and Leroy with a new intro here with you on 560 WQAM. Art God Savvy coming at you. Well done, Marcos.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. You guys can get in on the show. Many ways to do that. You guys can call or text at 305-567-0560. And you guys can hit us on YouTube or Twitch. Miami 560 WQAM is the channel there. And you guys can enter the chat. So check it on out, everybody. Good morning, Leroy.
What's up?
How are you, buddy? You got your nice Michigan hoodie on today?
Yeah, man. It's rough over there in these streets of Davie.
It's flooded. It's all flooded. Everybody was like
raining.
It's funny, you know, multiple people have mentioned, including our own birderer. She was like, yeah, you deal with this rain coming on in? Don't look at me like that. And Joe Rose was like, crazy rain. Didn't even know if you were coming in. And I was like, hey, this is South Florida, baby. You don't forget driving in the rain. This isn't like LA where
No. People forget how to drive in the rain.
Not
here.
me. Not me.
Okay, I don't know how it is in your neck of the woods, but over here, people don't know how to drive.
I'm telling you,
here's the problem.
It was an easy breezy drive today. I thought on the scale of Miami traffic today, I thought it was like a 7. Not too bad.
Once you get past the Golden Glades, that's whether you're east or west, whether you're going from the turnpike to 95 or you're going from the 826 to 75 or whatever. Once you get past that area going south, people already drive like they don't know where the hell they're going. Not sprinkling some rain. And now they can't see because of the rain. So it makes it worse, even though as a professional driver, you have to take some cautions. You have to, maybe give people a little more room. But here's the problem. Every time I try to drive safe, that just seems like an opportunity for somebody to jump in front of me. So if I try to leave an extra car link because of all the things that can happen on the highway, somebody jumps in front of me, and now I'm riding a foot from that guy.
Polite doesn't help you in Miami. I don't know what to tell you.
And I'm going to tell you right now, South Floridians, the next person that give me the arm bar and jump in front of me, like I authorized that move, is go time. Don't arm bar me and then.
Yeah, I'm just, it wasn't one of these things where I was like, oh, this is the worst drive ever. I was like, it was fine. It was all right. No bigs. Who just popped in the chat?
Huh?
Second J-Fig.
It was Spirit Leroy.
Multiple J-Figs?
Leroy.
Yeah,
Wow.
I gotta have multiple screens.
All right.
Well, I got my camera.
I know. I saw you.
Yeah, we see you messing
Saw you
around
messing
with it.
with
It kind of
it
looks the
earlier.
same.
No,
Yeah, I
I
actually
don't,
didn't notice.
I don't have it on yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, there's that.
Well, that would make sense then.
Because
Why it
What are
looks
you
the same.
adjusting it for?
My IT guy My IT guy,
His son.
basically, was that me or you guys?
I don't know what you're talking
My
about.
IT guy didn't put the camera on my computer right. So the
Oh.
sticky stuff is fading
Okay.
because he didn't put it on the tripod yet.
I gotcha. Well, we look forward to the Horde Studios upgrading their equipment. I'm sure it'll be at a more rapid pace.
Only difference is my IT guy, he got school.
I understand. And
D305 Nando. Sometimes circumstances occur.
Yeah, stuff
where
happens.
We have to make adjustments.
Everybody mind their business.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Painful night last night in South Florida sports. One was quick and one was dragged out a little bit. The Marlins was quick because you sat down. It was 9-0. At least that's what happened to me. And I was like, wait. So I get home last night from taking my son to jiu-jitsu. I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to sit down. We all just had a nice dinner as a family. Time to turn on the Marlins game. I turn it on. It's 9-0. I'm like, wasn't Sandy starting today? So I immediately run to my phone and I'm like, wait, he gave up all 9 runs? This isn't like he didn't like get hurt and then somebody else, our Sandy, my Sandy gave up a 9 spot to the Phils?
Nah.
I was confused. He got tattooed yesterday.
So that actually happened? I was waiting for
I
you to
didn't
find out.
know that Sandy Alcantara was capable of throwing up meatballs.
Nah.
He seemed meatball proof. But even the great ones, I guess, ever have a day at the deli.
It's rough.
This is a tough one.
Hey, it was both shocking and disturbing at the same time because you couldn't accept the information that you were viewing.
I didn't like it.
Accept that. Right.
I was very confused by it. So they'll try and bounce back today. Aaron Nola, who always seems like he's a pain in the fish's ass, he will take on Jesus Luzardo, who's been off to a great start to the season in his first couple outings. First pitch 640, but so far it has not been an easy breezy ride for the Marlins outside of that Twins series. So let's get going. Bounce back time. Meanwhile, the Panthers. They did not have a catastrophic night because they did pick up a point, but their win streak is over. They lost in overtime to the Maple Leafs' John Tavares. He scored like 30 seconds left in OT. They were about to head to a shootout. He got on a breakaway and hit Alex Lyon with the backhand. So tough loss. Because they basically could have sealed things up last night, but they only pick up a point. Now they're still in the catbird seat.
The what?
The catbird seat,
Catbird seat.
And the catbird seat.
You know what the catbird seat is?
Not even a little bit. I was waiting for an explanation.
It's the view from above looking down.
Right.
Oh, okay. So I was waiting for Leroy to give like a look, but now that he's siding with you, I don't even have to Google it. I trust him.
All right.
No, I know what the catbird seat is.
I didn't know it was real.
So the Cats,
I don't know why it's called the catbird seat.
You're a cat, dude. I mean, we were in the catbird seat at the UFC.
No, we were.
You're probably in the cat.
We should have went. Coming to you live from the blimp.
The Panthers are at 92 points, picking up one yesterday. The Capitals did us a solid. They beat the Islanders yesterday, so New York sits at 91. Now we got to await tonight the Penguins, who have a game in hand, so they play tonight against the Blackhawks. They're at 90 points. So basically the Panthers have to get to OT on Thursday, and they're in. They don't even have to win. They just got to get to OT, and they should be good. But it still means Thursday means something.
We say this all the time.
Say what all the time? I'm literally giving you the scenario.
Oh,
There he goes.
all they have to do is.
Well, that's true though.
Yeah, but here, there's a big difference in all you have to do and the difficulty of what you're doing, right? We do this with the Heat all the time. all they have to do is win 4 of the next 5, and they're going to get the 6th seed. Well, okay.
All right, but I'm not doing the same thing. Like, I'm literally telling you the scenario. It's
Yeah,
they
I
have
got
to
you.
make all they have to do is make it to overtime. They don't have to win. Now they can still look, the other teams can screw the pooch. I'm just talking about in their own hands of destiny.
Yes.
What
Got
they
you.
have to do is at least make it to overtime and get a point.
Got you.
If they win, who cares?
If
They
they win,
take care of
it's-
business.
how about we just take care of business?
Just take care of business. I'm with you.
We don't want to play the old let's see what the hell's going on with the rest of the league and be on pins and needles, waiting for another team to allow them to be in the playoffs. Why don't you just go out and earn it?
We'll talk to David Dwork later this hour. We'll get a little breakdown of the Cats playoff scenario with our boy.
The cusser?
He did curse last time. That's right. I forgot about that. Oh my God.
That's how we won't get him in the
I will
Flanagans
tell
or
him to
something.
keep his potty mouth clean.
Yeah,
right?
hey, potty mouth.
That's when you're hanging around hockey players too much.
Hey,
You just think it can be willy nilly.
you ever notice after somebody curse, they immediately go, oops. Like, oops. Like,
I was actually thinking about that today because I was reminiscing last night. I was chatting with some YouTubers and Twitchers, and they were like, "Well, what was your favorite show moment?" And I said, "Well, it has to be Leroy Horde going after me on the history of bleeping football." And then I was just thinking about my cursing scenario where I got so excited recapping Leon Edwards' knockout of Kamaru Usman. And
5 minutes until you're a champion. And it was like some UFC Rocky. Oh, sorry.
The funny thing is, the excitement was building.
Yeah,
Right?
I was so happy.
So, and anytime on this show when the excitement starts building like that, everybody starts looking. Where's the dump button? Okay, got it located.
I don't have a dump button anymore that I'm aware of. Do we have dump buttons in here?
That wasn't worse
Mexico-
than you telling me to talk into the mic and I'm sitting right in front of you.
That's the one thing that they've taken away from the old studios at the old building. We had more dump buttons than we knew what to do with back in the old studio.
Yeah, it was a lot of cursing going on back
There was a
then.
lot
I
of
remember
cursing.
whenever somebody would curse, like you guys would just jump to the button.
It's very nerve-wracking. You're just like, all
Listen,
right, well,
first of all, doing a show with you and
What?
the people that you bring in the interview,
that's not fair.
everybody has to be aware
That's not
all
fair.
the time.
That's not fair.
Not fair.
That's not fair.
Not fair.
These are good people.
We have some of the nicest guys that cuss. DC,
That was a surprise.
right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was right after the
professionals.
Saints. After the Saints
Ah.
got screwed
Mm.
in the playoffs, and he's a huge Saints fan, and he was very
Oh,
upset
yeah.
about it.
Mm.
Very upset about it.
I was looking in the system. I don't even remember this one. This is Leroy about Birdman's tattoos.
Birdman got all kind of crazy shit painted on his body.
I would feel emotional about that too.
like it's like I can't explain it, right? Nut was worse than you trying to speak to the Struts at the Hard Rock.
No, that was
was them.
the best is which we obviously weren't recording at the time because Robbie was probably in a panic. But when we were at Twin Peaks and you cursed at me over we were talking about something and you didn't know we were on the air. That
We're
was
having a
ridiculous.
conversation, and he does this. I'm like, why would I need my headset? And I'm looking right at you. And I cursed, and he goes, "'Cause we're on the air."
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Oops.
Yep, and he hasn't taken off his headphones since.
No.
That's right. He's kept it close. But this one I think is my my all-time favorite, and I don't think it could ever be topped. Can you play that video, J-Fig?
If you get the quarterback you want, say, because you're a GM, you want Tua. So we'll give you Tua, right? And you don't have an offensive line, and you don't have – how good was that plan?
Let me ask you something. Do the Dolphins have one first-round pick next year?
No.
How many do they have?
Do you know
How many do they have? How many do they have?
Do you understand that
I had a question for Leroy.
All offensive lines that are built takes a period of time. You can't just put 5 first-round picks together and it's going to work right away. Offensive lines don't work like that. They've never worked like that. Check the history of Dude. Dude. Oh. Oh.
Kind of want to go back to it.
Dude.
Still trying to figure out that offensive line, by the way.
Yep,
You know,
still working on it.
Look, it's some of the best offensive lines that I played with. It didn't matter where they were drafted. It just just mattered how long they were together. And so it kind of builds. So you'll get a couple offensive linemen 1 year, and then you'll get maybe another one the next year. And in 3 and 4 years, the other 2 or 3 guys that you plug in, because you have a couple of guys that played together, it always tends to work. And that's where you see, and it doesn't matter necessarily where they get drafted, although, having a stud matters. It's just a matter of how much time they get together.
We'll take a quick break here on the show. Get into a little heat. Big matchup tonight. Back after this.
WQAM broadcast.
With you on 560 WQAM. Taking you up until 2 o'clock this morning. David Dwork's going to join us in about 10 minutes. We will talk Panthers hockey with him. Bryant McKinnie. Mount McKinney is going to join the show later on. He's doing some charity work coming on up. So we'll talk to the former Hurricanes great. And man, that guy.
Viking.
That guy, former Viking. Yeah, he's big. Massive dude. So we will talk to Bryant McKinnie coming up in the 11 o'clock hour. Play our favorite game. Damage is done, my friend, on a Tuesday. Before that, I want to let you guys know we got another one of those cool contests going on with the Odyssey app that you guys can win a really, really awesome prize. So we'd like to give you a chance to head to Las Vegas and see legendary magician, extreme illusionist, and stunt artist David Blaine. He's a man of many, job titles. He deserves it.
I'm surprised you don't have a thing on Vegas. In
What
Vegas. Well,
What
the
do you
way you wiggle out of
oh.
stuff.
Oh, yeah. Tobini. Watch him wiggle out of takes. I like to call this one hard to say.
Do you have sidekicks?
Oh, yeah. My sidekick is Leroy.
Really?
It's the show is called David Blaine in Spades. It's his first ever residency in Las Vegas and exclusively at the Resorts World Theater. Here's how you guys can win a trip to see him. You go to the Odyssey app, you log in and you listen to the show. For every hour that you listen, you get another chance, another entry into the raffle, if you will. So keep on listening to the Odyssey app. You rack up those chances to win a trip to Las Vegas to see David Blaine. And if you guys want to go to David Blaine's fans, you don't want to wait to win. It is playing April 28th through the 15th of July. Tickets are on sale now at rwlasvegas.com or axs.com. So check that on out. The Heat, they are in action tonight, play-in game against the Atlanta Hawks. 7:30 is your tip-off from Kaseya Center. Tickets are still, I believe, available, so you guys can go to heat.com. Get your tickets if you guys want to pack the building tonight to watch the
Yes,
Heat
you want to pack
Hawks.
the building.
Of course you want to pack the building. It'll be a crazy atmosphere. Jimmy Butler, late into the night, was doing some prep work, Leroy. Would you like to see what Jimmy Butler was up to last night? He was recovering after a workout, and this is what Jimmy Butler, when he hit the cold tub, this is what happened.
It's cold as hell, ain't it?
Man! Oh, God. Woo! Wait!
Nah, this cool.
Man,
oh,
God,
damn.
my little toes up in there, then, man.
Oh, God.
Let me go ahead.
Oh!
Coming in too?
Oh, man! Woo! Wait! Flows like a butterfly, stay like a bee. Ah!
Yeah, I'm finna get out this.
Yeah. Man, what? Who did this?
There's no ice too. I'm so impressed about how
Yeah.
cold.
I mean, it's an NBA tub. I'm sure
Yeah.
it can do
Soft.
all kinds of crazy stuff.
Soft.
Hey, after games, we would come back to the facility and I'd get down to that thing to my neck.
Whew. No thanks.
When you hurt enough, you know you need it.
That's
if
wild.
you just saying, oh, I want to freshen up, I'm going to get in some ice, because it is very cold for the first 5 minutes. Then you numb up a little bit, and then it's cool for the next
What
10.
did he make it? He made it 30 seconds or something like
30
that.
seconds. That's what I'm saying. He never let
Never
you
let the
know,
pain take over.
right, because it goes away. It goes away in a couple of minutes.
It is deceiving, though.
And you got to just sit. You got to sit in there.
I don't like the fact that the cold tub doesn't have ice in it. I don't like that it
Yeah,
can turn
it's
into a
deceiving,
magical ice
dude.
tub.
Yeah, it doesn't look that
It
intimidating.
looks like it should be a relaxing hot tub, and instead it's for pain.
No,
That's
that's
David Blaine.
and the one we had when they built the new Browns facility, it was like it looked like one of the big jacuzzis that you see at LA Fitness, but it was 45 degrees.
Yeesh.
Yeah,
Right.
so yeah, you just get on in and it's gonna suck for like the first 2 or 3 minutes.
Not as quite as cold, though. I bet you it wasn't as cold as when we stuck Beast in a giant iced margarita.
Oh my goodness. Dude, can I just tell you,
Anyone drink that?
that was the best $75 I ever paid.
Oh.
Because I got probably 20 bags of ice, and we put him in. The only thing we could fit in was the old garbage dump.
Yep.
The
And I had to
little
put a liner
portable
on.
one.
I had to
with
put a
the
liner on
wheels.
the bottom of it. Yeah.
The plastic one.
I wasn't there
So
for that.
we filled it up, put ice in it. I put margarita mix.
Yep. Which kind of made it stink.
And so it was green.
Yep.
And then he sat in it. And it was
something.
like he
It
looked
was
like
something.
a big fat ass lime just bobbing up and down.
You think he peed in it?
I don't know. I feel like you'd be too cold to pee.
I think that's the
No,
perfect time to
dude.
pee, actually.
Maybe.
Dude, but it was hilarious.
That's
Is
what they
that the
say for
same?
damage, right?
that- I'm telling you what, nobody used that Bay Area more than us.
No, we used that. That was like the shenanigans headquarters.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have a question about the whole ice tub.
yeah.
Is it colder than when you go into the Jamaican River?
Like a spring or something like that
what?
in general.
There's a river in Jamaica that's really It's really cold. It's
think
called
you made that
Ojo.
up.
No. It's
You-
really.
There's
hold on.
also
Hold
What do you-
springs.
what do
Those
you
are
think?
really cold too. I'm
What do you
asking.
think? Velocity
What?
known?
J-Fig,
Hell,
J-Fig,
Those are
about,
really
dude?
cold.
listen. I'm no specialist, anything like that. But I'm gonna tell you like this: there ain't no springs in Jamaica that's colder than that ice tub.
Ice is ice.
I mean, when you talk about
Well, there's
cold, you're talking about the
springs in the
surf being
rivers.
What do you-
85 degrees and that spring being 60.
Look, I've been to the springs.
That ain't cold.
I've been to a lot of springs here. I find it refreshing. I don't think it's that cold, especially compared to an ice tub.
An ice tub. J-Fig, do you?
All right, springs.
I asked you a
It's
question.
actually closer than I thought it would be, though.
Exactly.
Springs
Thank you.
are like they say 66 degrees to whatever more than that, and ice tub they say is around 50 to 60 degrees.
No.
All right.
45, 50.
45, 50. That's rough though. That is too cold.
I've never gone though. Like I've been like
But
I've,
you have to understand how you feel when you get in it.
yeah, but I've never
It's
felt
not
going.
like it's not like we had lunch and you go, you know what? I'm gonna go get an ice tub.
I've
See
never
what
gone.
it feels like.
Why would you
You
do
are
that after
hurting.
lunch?
You're sore.
All right, we gotta take a break. Speaking of ice, a man who follows the ice. He lives in the ice. He was born in it.
Was he?
I don't know. David Dwork, local 10, covers the Panthers. Panthers, big game last night. They get a point. How is their playoff picture shaking out? We'll talk to David coming up next. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 o'clock here on the show. Streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560 WQAM. Heat in action tonight. They are taking on the Hawks in the play-in. We'll get back into that next hour. And Tua spoke at his foundation last night, so we'll get into that. But Cats, they had a big game last night. They fall in overtime to the Toronto Maple Leafs. And nobody to talk to about our Florida Panthers than a man who covers them for Local 10 and has the host of the Chirping the Cats podcast, David Dwork, joining us here on the show, courtesy of the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop over 1,500 Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms, the Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. Hello, David. How are you?
Good morning, Tobin, Leroy, Jen, Marcos, everybody.
Hello,
Morning.
sir.
It's great to have you, buddy.
Hello.
Big takeaway. Can you paint the playoff scenario for us right now? Cats pick a point after last night, so that's okay. They got the Penguins playing. Can you paint things out for us? Where are we at? How do we get into the playoffs? Should we be panicked? Are we stressed? Where are we at right now?
Well, right now you're winning in. As long as they win their last game, they're in no matter what happens. That's obviously the easiest way to go. Right now, they've got a 1-point lead on the Islanders, a 2-point lead on the Penguins. Pittsburgh has 2 games left, and they're playing the 2 worst teams in the league. So you can probably pencil those as wins for Pittsburgh. So then you see Pittsburgh finishing with 94 points, right? That means the Panthers need 2 points to tie the Penguins. So Florida needs to win and get in. I wouldn't expect much help. The Islanders' last game is against Montreal, who is one of also the worst teams in the league. So really, Florida can't count on anything but those teams winning. So basically, they just need to win and get in. And if that's the case, and the other teams do their jobs, then it'll be a Panthers-Bruins series that will scare the bejesus out of all of us.
All right. Well, how confident are you in a Thursday win? I mean, they've been playing great, obviously. They, the win streak was snapped yesterday, but they still got a point. Like, what is your confidence level going into Thursday night?
I'd say my confidence level is fairly high. Florida has been playing great. They've got points in 7 straight. They just won 6 in a row. They played a great game last night against a really tough Toronto team that was pushing. Probably the last game of the year that Toronto is going to push, because their next game is against Tampa, who they're going to play in the first round. And then, the last game, I'm not even sure who they're playing, but it doesn't matter. Toronto's locked into their spot, and they still brought a pretty good fight, and the Panthers went toe-to-toe. Carolina, who Florida plays on Thursday, you don't know how motivated they're going to be. Right now, Carolina's in first place in their division, but they've only got a 1-point lead over the Devils, and they both have 2 games left. So Carolina could be very motivated to win that game on Thursday, which obviously as a Panther fan, you might prefer them not be. But I mean, at the end of the day, the Panthers just have to win. And the way that they've been playing the last couple of weeks, yeah, I'd say fairly confident.
David, how much better do you feel about the way they are playing than when the season started and we knew what the coach was trying to do, get them more playoff ready? Do you feel more confident going into the playoffs with the style of hockey they're playing now versus how they played last year, even though their record and their situation was much better?
Yeah. No, this is a team that's better equipped for the playoff type of hockey. They're going to be rough with you. They're not going to be tried pretty. They're not going to be doing a lot of up and down the ice like we saw last season with the rush plays. This team is more about beating the crap out of you. They've got plenty of talent. Like we've seen all year, even though they've been trying to play this slower, more defensive style of hockey, they're still scoring goals.
Right.
In terms of like the playoff mentality, from what they started this season and what they were trying to learn and what we've seen them struggle with as the year has gone through, they're finally starting to get it. It's all coming together and at the right time. You don't want to pump their brakes or pump them up too much just because they still may not even get in the playoffs. But if they do, the way that they've been ascending and the way they've been understanding the style of play and the time of year that they're doing it, they're the kind of team that you probably wouldn't want to face in the playoffs. But again, I just keep going back to, well, they're probably going to play Boston. And they played Boston well during the regular season. They split 4 games with them. They just set the NHL record for wins in a season. So it's going to be a tough test for the Panthers if they get there. But they are playing probably a better style of hockey in terms of playoff-wise than they have the last 3 or 4 years, Leroy. They're a better team for the playoffs. Even if it doesn't happen for them this year, just big picture, is built for a while.
You think the organization and everybody that really follows, the feel that they're in a better spot today than they were this time last year, even if they don't go to the playoffs?
I mean, small picture, obviously not, because you want to be in the, you want to be in the playoffs. But I mean, big picture wise, looking at this, taking a couple of steps back, I think this team is built better to last and to contend for seasons to come, better today than they were last year. Now, last year, obviously, they had the President's Trophy and they had this amazing season. But we saw how the playoffs ended for that team 2 years in a row. They got spanked by Tampa. This is a different built team, different mentality of a team. And I want to see what happens now, but I'm really curious to see how this plays out over the next few years, because I think this is a Panthers team. If they can get their goaltending figured out, that could be one of the best in the NHL for the next several seasons.
Well, let's get into the goaltending here, because what the hell is this with Alex Lyon? Like, where did he? I know he was up with the team earlier, and they had the whole thing with Spencer Knight happen. So he comes up, Bob gets sick, he goes on this insane run. What do they do now? Like, is this because now that Bob's getting healthier? Obviously, I think you ride the hot hand, but is that the case? Do you think that Paul Maurice is going to stick with Alex Lyon, and can he continue this? Can you know about, everybody knows about the myth of the hot goalie. Do you mess with it if they get into the postseason?
If this continues, if Alex Lyon doesn't go out and lay an egg Thursday against Carolina, assuming he starts, which if it was me, I would start him. I think you roll with him. Sergei Bobrovsky, I mean, we know what the potential is with Sergei Bobrovsky, but how often he's reached that potential in his 4 seasons with the Panthers has been few and far between. Now, he played probably his best hockey as a Panther last year around playoff time. This year, before he got sick, he was playing some of his most questionable hockey of the season. He had given up 4 goals, I think, in 5 of his last 4 or more goals in 5 of his last 7 starts before he got sick, whereas Alex Lyon comes in. He's looking amazingly consistent over a several-week span. For me, if the status quo remains the same, it's a no-brainer. You got to go with Lyon.
How surprised are you about this play from him, though? Like, it's not like this guy they didn't plan on coming into the year with him as being a factor. So just watching what he's doing right now, like, how much of can you paint a picture for everybody, like how much of a surprise, a nice surprise this has been by what a wall he's been?
Yeah, it's like a fun story that you see kind of come to fruition every few years, where a goalie gets called into a very, crazy, difficult situation. An AHL guy, whether it's a young kid or a veteran, somebody who's been around, but you see these guys you haven't heard of, and they lift the team up and take them to, in some cases, pretty high heights. I think back a few years, Ottawa had this guy named Andrew Hammond. They called him the Hamburglar, and he saved their season and brought them to the playoffs. And, with Alex Lyon, he's been around. He's 30 years old. He's been in the AHL. He's been, meandering around the 2 leagues since, I think, 2016. So he's put in the time and the effort. He's certainly, earned the right to be here. But to see him get this opportunity, and for somebody that's been through what he's been through in terms of his age and his experience, he knows the gravity of what's happening around him. And to still be able to perform like that, like, you've just got to take your hat off to the guy and just root for him and hope that he can keep it going, both for his sake and the team.
Well, let's get to the real important thing. As a Panthers follower / journalist, I'm not going to do what they do to me, which is call me a fan with good access. I mean, that's really rude what they do to me.
With good access.
That's not nice, dude. How much did you enjoy Brooks Koepka spitting the bit after the way he went after Aaron Ekblad?
Oh, man. I think most of us probably were watching that thinking Ekblad's got to be sitting back with his feet up and having a cold, well, maybe not a beer, but whatever, you guys are drinking in the middle of the season on a Sunday afternoon. But no, like, Ekblad actually said yesterday that him and Koepka had made peace. Koepka had texted him. Yeah, Koepka texted him after the Cone incident, and the two were cool on good standards, to the point where Ekblad actually bet on Koepka to win.
Get out of here!
That's
Wait a minute. So were they friends beforehand?
No, to my understanding, there was nothing beforehand. Koepka's friends with, I think, Ryan Lomberg on the team, Ekblad said, and he's a fan. He goes to a lot of games, but I don't think that Ekblad and Koepka had any interaction prior to the Cone incident and what's happened since. But yeah, apparently now it's all good. So
I got to be honest with you. I feel
don't do it.
I think Koepka's taking advantage of nice Canadian thing there with Ekblad. Like, I'm not. All of a sudden you want to make peace. Yeah, because it's an embarrassing look because you look like a degenerate in the stands shouting at Aaron Ekblad, and now he wants to make peace. You brought props to the game. Props.
Kepka's actually at the golf tournament in Orlando. I saw a video of fans bringing parking cones for him to autograph. So that's going to be a thing that he's got to deal with now.
I don't like it. I mean, great news broken by you, but I'm not happy about this. I don't think that. I wish Aaron Ekblad would have just said, just stuck Team Petty, like Stylebender versus that kid.
Oh my goodness,
that's what I would have wanted.
Maybe he should attend one of his games.
Yes.
No, he should have took a picture of him in front of the TV with a cone.
Yes,
while he was choking. Yes, that's how we do it on this show.
Who nice?
You go buy yourself a parking cone, and then you take a picture of yourself watching TV, calling him a bum as he's choking in the Masters. That's what you do. That's get back. That's proper.
I don't see how during the Masters yesterday, I expected to see like memes of Ekblad in the gallery with the cone behind Kepka, like scouring Twitter. I didn't see any of that. I was really kind of disappointed. Like there was this big opportunity for some funny things, and
no, they'll kick you out. They'll kick you out.
The Masters, it's because the Masters.
No, I'm saying like Photoshop. People just doing it at home, just messing around on their computer.
I'll do it myself right now.
There you go, JP. All right, man. Thanks so much for stopping by. We always appreciate your Panthers insight. Go follow David Dwork at David Dwork, DWORK on Twitter, and does a great job covering the Panthers for Local 10. And check out his Chirping the Cats podcast. Appreciate the time, man. Thanks so much.
Thanks, David.
All right, fellas. Be well.
All right.
There you go. David Dwork. Appreciate his time. Our Tua. A new look Tua. No, I'm not just talking about them cheeks. That's next.
Oh.
Text double.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Chris can go to hell. Tua Tonga Vailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Now, two of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM.
I love the way your shirt matches the border.
It does. Yeah, you noticed that.
He did that on purpose.
This is my show shirt. I got a boots on the ground shirt tonight in the car, so I'm excited. You know, we got it all going on. Hey, can we do
You think tonight's atmosphere, just out of curiosity,
yeah,
you think the play-in is going to have the same atmosphere as like an actual playoff game, or because it's always win or go home, or win or whatever, one and done, or however you want to put it. It always seems to bring a little bit more intensity to your to the situation.
I don't really know. I don't know how fans are going to react to it. I think so. I think that there's going to be, if it comes down to a crunch time thing and it's like, the stakes are raised. Yeah, I think the people are going to be a little anxious for it. I mean, it's not do or die for the Heat like they do. If they do lose, then they get another crack at it on Thursday. But I think there's an element of, let's get it going. Let's get this done and move on into the next part of the season. I think that's definitely the feeling that you'll have. And I think there will be maybe a little anxiety, but I don't think it's going to feel quite like, if you're going to ask me, do I feel like it's going to feel the same as game 3 against the Celtics when it comes here? No, I don't think it's going to feel like that. So, like a little appetizer, a little playoff, like pigs in a blanket, but it's not the main course. Not the main course.
I guess.
Can you get a weather update here, Leroy, by the way, from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm, your accident
Familiar
attorneys.com.
with this area of the playoffs.
What?
Ooh, hold on. Let's see what we got.
Free consultations 24/7. Call them up at 866-954-MORE.
Really likely.
Mostly cloudy, quite breezy, but as of right now, it's not raining. So that's always a good sign.
Okay.
I would say it's probably 80 degrees, a little bit cooler.
How'd you do, Marcos?
And the wind's probably blowing 15 to 20 miles an hour because it looks pretty brisk.
Out of what direction?
It's definitely affecting your studio.
Yeah, it actually is affecting your
Yeah,
studio.
yeah. His signal's not the greatest today. That's a rarity. He's usually got the rock hard internet.
Wind is 20 miles per hour, though. He was correct. 76 degrees, very cloudy, chance of rain, 22%.
All right. Let's get to some headlines here, brought to you by the new.
I would say that's closer to 82%. It's raining today, folks.
Let's get to our headlines here, brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
So, yeah, as Leroy was saying, the play-in tonight, 7:30 tip-off from Kaseya Center. 6:15 is your pregame. It's a national TV game, so you don't get that, like, Fugazi, like 7:40 start. So get your asses in your seat by 7:30. I'm telling you, the game starts, like, right at, like, 7:31 or something like that for a national TV game tonight.
That is not accurate. 7:38.
Nope. You're not. I'm telling you right now, Leroy, that's not true. On the TNT games, they're a lot stricter on the time.
Okay.
It's
I got
starting
you.
quicker. I'm letting you. That's why I'm telling folks, get your tickets if tickets are still available if you guys want to go. But I'm telling you right now that no, get your asses in your seats by 7:30 because the game's going to start basically at 7:30. It's not like on a Bally game it starts at like 7:41 or something like that. You get a little grace period. Not the case tonight. So get to it, people. Meanwhile, you also have on the west side of things, you have the Lakers and Timberwolves, who are not allowing Rudy Gobert to participate in this game because he punched his teammates.
And he's a bum anyway.
He is a bum.
They traded the farm for a guy that doesn't help them one bit.
They traded a farm.
Somebody got to get fired.
His presence seemingly makes them worse. I know they dealt with a lot. Karl-Anthony Towns basically missed most of the season this year, but nobody seems to like playing with him on two teams now. And he's very sensitive. So it's a wild one for sure. Pretty crazy.
Remember when he cried? People don't forget.
I do.
He's done a lot, man. He's done a lot of bad things. He's more known for
COVID.
Let's not forget that. Definitely should the.
Is that just a drive-by shot at Rudy Gobert from Vlad?
that was a drive-by shot from Vlad. He's known for like a lot more negative things. Now this fight ruining the league with his trade value. He's the worst, dude. He's the worst. Just retire.
Yeah, it's not great. Like when you get to a point where, hey, we have a chance to beat the Lakers. We traded a gazillion first-round picks for this guy. Oh, we're going against one of the best bigs in the league in Anthony Davis. They're like, nah, no thanks. Stay home. Don't need you. Don't want you. It's not like the greatest thing for, I would say, one's value to show that up. But what do I know? Meanwhile, Tua, he has a mustache now. Yup.
We were waiting to see who would
mustachioed Tua Tagovailoa. And it looks good. I mean, it looks good.
Really?
You know what? According to your Instagram yesterday, I don't think that's your opinion on it.
Why?
Okay, well, you know what? It's a good thing I have evidence right here. This is what he just did to his face yesterday.
I don't understand why you're so angry about it.
Because you made fun of this man.
Well, no, listen. I wasn't making fun of it like it looks bad. I was just like, we were all very shocked by Vince McMahon's mustache.
Just a very bad photo.
And Tua has the same mustache.
It's just a bad photo onto his
I mean,
it took a wrong
I think you're being a little bit Tua sensitive here, J Fig, on this. I'm not.
And minus
Sobes, can you grow a mustache?
Oh, if I wanted to, dude. Yeah, I could look like Tua like later
you know
today
what?
if I
he
wanted
actually
to.
hasn't shaved, and I can see a little the slightest.
I shaved this morning.
The slightest.
Yeah, but I don't know if a guy who can't grow facial hair should be commenting on other people having the ability to grow facial hair.
I mean, first of all, it's a very
you're not that guy. You're not that guy.
All right,
you're not that guy.
Well, listen, if we're going to talk about growing hair, I think, possibly you should probably take a seat. But second of all,
I said facial hair.
All right.
I said facial hair.
If we're going to go pound for pound on the head, like I think I got you beat.
If he wanted to, he could.
I could. I shaved, like you mentioned.
Not you. I'm talking about Leroy.
You said if I wanted to shave, or if I that I haven't shaved, I shaved 4 hours ago. So this is already, it's already there.
Yeah.
You know.
I got longer hairs growing out of my ears and my nose than I do on the top of my head. Yeah.
That's trippy.
I was very
But
confused because I didn't know.
I can grow hair. Listen, I can grow hair on my head. I just don't want to look like George Jefferson. You can't grow any type of facial hair.
I could if I wanted to. I choose not to.
Oh my goodness, we're doing this again.
I choose not to. Like
we're doing this again.
No, it's just I don't know why we keep doing this because I keep telling you guys I choose not to, but we keep going in circles on this.
You should just own up to your word and
yeah,
prove
but
it.
I don't have to. Like, see, this is what happened to Washington.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. As long as I've known you, you've never been a guy that if somebody says you can't do something, you choose not to do it.
No, but this is an aesthetics thing.
You once tried to run up a wall in frog socks.
Dude, well, I did get up that wall. Second of all,
no, you didn't.
Second of all, I choose not to have facial hair. I don't want to. I don't like it. I don't think it's comfortable. I don't think it looks good on me. So I choose not to. You guys are sitting here saying you can't do it. I absolutely could. I shave multiple times a day. All right.
As long as I've known you, I have not seen as much as a whisker on your face.
That's because I'm a shaver, dude. They call me Tobic, Tobic Razor.
-1 quickly. No one calls him that.
Yeah, they do, dude. That's what they call me.
-1.
Tough crowd, dude. Tough crowd.
I know. You liked it, didn't you,
I
Marco?
liked it,
I
personally.
appreciate it. Dude. Thank you. They're all lashing out right now.
It.
First of all, I don't know
course
why.
Marcus
I don't know
liked
why Jennifer waltzed in today saying, "I can't believe you made fun of Tua," and I wasn't making fun of it. I was giving him a compliment. It looks like Vince McMahon.
You should have sent him. You should have sent a text saying, "Here's something I can never
it
do."
just depends on the picture.
That's that dad stash.
That's a
right
nice
there.
picture right there, and he looks fine with it.
Is the mustache coming back? Is that like a thing? Like, is it
with
for
no
young
facial
people?
hair, with no goatee? So if
Just
I
the
would
mustache.
just,
I'm just saying, just the mustache.
just the mustache, it kind of looks kind of porn starish, but okay, if it's
Look, I
coming
got
back.
a different angle here. What do you think of this one? Samesies, dude. Looks pretty good.
I'm just wondering if it is.
That was nice.
If Tua's going to go full mustache all year, if he's going to look like Wonstadt by the time we get to the season.
Look at this. See this? This is just a couple of days. You can't
Man,
get
took you
this.
a couple days. Took you a couple days, huh? That's embarrassing. Not a couple hours.
Can I admit something to you guys?
Sure.
This is a weave.
It'd be really nice if you just went like that.
Just peeled it off.
Pulled it off.
But yeah, anyway, I choose not to. Like, I don't know why we keep going.
Okay. Okay. You choose
It's a
not.
strange thing. And you think like you guys are going to bully me into growing?
That's like
beards.
saying I could run a 4.3, but I don't want to blow out my hammies.
Same. Feel the same
Yeah.
way.
No, I mean, like, I wouldn't say stuff
I've
like
never
that.
seen. Hold on.
You know what? There's a thing
Hold on.
no shave
With
November.
COVID, with all the stuff going on, with hurricanes, with whatever, there's been moments in time where people just didn't shave.
Right.
And you've never had facial hair.
Yeah, well, those people are mongrels. Like
Really?
Are you hair shaming?
keep it looking professional.
Oh, now,
Keep it professional, dude.
oh my
Marcos, you're not professional.
No, Marcos looks good with a beard.
I'm a mongrel.
He looks good with a beard.
mongrel.
I could have that if I wanted to. I choose not to because I like the way I look.
First of all, there ain't no. It would take you 35 years to grow a beard like that.
Dude, you sound silly. You
Really?
sound silly. Both of you, the two of you.
I get it.
-1.
Tough crowd, dude.
Yeah. And then they look, instead of getting on Tobin, they're going, "Oh, I think Marcos dyes his beard."
I think that's true.
Why are they coming after me? I don't understand.
I don't know. But anyway, Tua looks way better than Vince McMahon. Vince
Oh,
McMahon.
yeah.
Vince, I will say, just based on perception, like Tua looks adorable. Vince McMahon looks evil.
I feel like he's allowed to do that stash now that he's a dad.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
You
think
see, baby Tua,
I'm trying it out.
adorbs.
Oh, I haven't actually.
Is that dad
Oh,
stash?
adorbs.
Oh,
That's what that's called, the dad stash.
dad stash
Yeah.
for sure.
You know what
I
that
think I'm
stash looks
gonna
like?
just go hairless.
What that stash looks like?
What does it look like?
Lombardi. That's what it's gonna look like. That's the Lombardi stash right there, dude.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go just no hair.
You're just gonna go clean shaven?
Yeah.
No, welcome to the club, dude. I mean, like, listen, keep it up though, okay? Don't embarrass the rest of us.
I don't even see a little crop dust above your lip.
Well, that's because I just shaved, dude. I just told you that.
It doesn't matter. You still gonna have essence of hair.
No, there's
Like
no
when you shave, you still could tell where a person grows hair.
only if you're bad at it.
Bad at what?
Shaving. If you're good at shaving, no hair.
As
Maybe
long as
that's
I've
good.
known you, you've never had a paper cut. I never had a shave cut.
No, I'm like a surgeon. Okay.
Sure, he uses one.
It's another thing I could have been if I
Straight
wanted to. I could have been a surgeon, but I chose to be
Wow.
a radio host.
Wow,
Could have been a surgeon. Didn't want to.
lucky us.
Did I want to, cut people open and save their lives? Rather make, silly sauce jokes.
Can you?
But instead, I still used my steady hands,
Look at
I
that.
still use my steady hands, keep a baby butt smooth,
You are an idiot.
They call these cheeks Johnson & Johnson.
Wow.
Little powder on them.
You sure it's not Jackass and Jackass? The other J and J?
Take a break.
I can't believe we made it this far with your fraudulent ass.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean.
Stop. You know damn well you can't grow no facial hair.
Dude, I mean, you keep saying the same
You-
thing. Don't listen, you keep parroting the same thing. J-Fig might murder you. Careful.
Why are you putting this on me right now?
Yeah, I know what
He's
you
just deflecting. He's deflecting. He's lashing out.
Of course he is.
She's saying the same thing too many times. That's
that fella still can't grow facial hair.
Oh, okay.
Story time.
J6, a murderer.
Back after this.
The Heat looking to keep
UD. Up top. Oh, come on. Duncan delivered it on the two-man back and forth. Dwayne popping that Miami Heat 40. Oh, mercy. He got up to throw it down. Somebody tell Udonis Haslem he's over 40. He's a man. He's 40.
15 minutes of heat here for you on 560 WQAM. It's April, and Dave & Buster's month continues. We've got your chance to win a $250 gift card from Dave & Buster's to watch the NBA and NHL playoffs and more. Go to WQAM.com and enter on the contest page. If you win, you can go to Dave & Buster's with your gift card and have a party. All on us and Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, watch sports at Dave & Buster's in Hollywood. Bryant McKinnie, Hurricane great, former Dolphin, former Viking, former Raven. He will join us coming up in about 15 minutes. We'll talk. He's got a charity event coming up on Thursday. He's doing some good work in the community. So we will talk to Mount McKinney coming up in just a bit. But the Heat, big play-in game tonight as they take on the Atlanta Hawks. Got to make Trae Young say pineapple again. All right, you had the clamps on him a year ago.
And stop with that. This is a new year.
Okay,
this is a new year. Two different teams.
I didn't say they were going to. I literally just said a fact.
Okay.
I don't understand. What is your deal with me bringing up things that have happened? Would you get mad if I mentioned statistics from last season with Tua? Like, I don't understand what the deal is. I'm just saying.
The difference is that Tua, it would be talking about last year's stats after Tua has played 15 of the 17 games.
Yeah, but like if it's against the same team, it matters. It's not like you just throw it all out the window. That seems crazy to me.
I just think
Trae Young's a guy they play a lot. He's in their division.
No, but I just think we comment on things that have happened last year, and this is a totally different team. This ain't that team they were last year. They're different.
So the play-in is later today, 7:30. Heat. What are they? 4-1, 3-1 against Atlanta this year.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Okay.
Easy peasy, dude. Cakewalk. Is that too much? I'm sorry.
Too much.
What kind of cake?
Oh, yeah. What kind of cake?
Yeah, what kind of cake?
Tres leches?
Nah.
You're over it? You're over them? You don't want to see
how about
the treat? Nah.
How about German chocolate?
Is somebody replacing Tres Leches in that? Like, is Kevin Love now in part of Tres Leches? Does he replace Duncan? Because I feel like Duncan was the OG Tres Leches.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll tell you what, it can't be Nicola. He has more back spasms than a 19-year-old. Like, how does his back always spasming? I don't understand.
I don't know.
I didn't get a chance to see him all year.
I don't know. I feel like we spent a lot of time on Nikola Jovic for somebody who's not going to play a second of basketball for the postseason.
Why is this like all season we talked about him and we
didn't talk about him all season because he didn't play.
He's on the way, dude. He is on the way.
All right, -1.
Lashing out, huh? What? You can't grow a beard.
-1.
That's true. I want to hear from Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry yesterday discussing what this plan is and what they got ahead of him in this Hawks team, and this is what Lowry had to say about that.
I think you treat it like a playoff. I mean, like I said, I've never been in this situation, but you treat it like it's a playoff game. You treat it like it is a game 7 for you and for us and both teams involved. That's how we have to treat it. We have to make sure we go to our guys, and guys got to play literally lives dependent on it type thing.
All right. Well, listen, that has been one of the things that's been frustrating because it does feel like I will say this has been a season that feels like the Heat have played all year with a lack of urgency. Now, they've had some good performances for sure, but man, they've had some that have been in hand. Nets game, Knicks game, but they've just dropped the ball. You're just like, I don't get it. This team has been confounding all season because
can't explain it.
They're good. They're good is good, but they're bad is so. This is where they find themselves.
Here's what's more important:
7-seed dogfight.
Here's what's more important is that you don't know which version is going to show up.
Nope.
That's the scary part. Is it going to be the team that scores 130, or the team that scores 95?
Literally nothing would surprise me tonight. I could walk in there. I could watch the Heat win by 30. I could walk in there. I could watch a dogfight and then eke one out. I could see them being blown out, and I could see them collapse. I don't know, and I will not walk. Whatever happens when I walk down to that press room tonight, boots on the ground, I will not be surprised with the result. I won't.
Is that the most nerve-wracking and shocking thing about this team?
The only thing that would surprise me tonight is like Eric Spoelstra swerving and playing Duncan Robinson 40 minutes. That's the only thing that would surprise me tonight. Like, that's it. Like that. If you told me there was one, hey, tell me what would surprise you tonight? Duncan Robinson being the leading scorer. Like, that would surprise me. But whatever the result is game-wise, I could see it because I've seen this team. I would if I had to guess, this is what I would guess. He'd get out to a 15-point lead.
Oh.
He'd cough up that 15-point lead. It's a 3-point deficit or lead going into the fourth quarter. And we'll see. Last 3 minutes. Jimmy Butler will either come through or he won't. Or Trae Young will hit a 3 to send us to a 9-10 playoff game.
Is that the most nerve-wracking thing about this season? Is what you just explained and having to go into every game knowing that all those things are options has made this season that much more frustrating, right?
Yes, it's made it frustrating. It doesn't nerve-wrack me anymore. Like I feel
you're numb.
I feel callous to it. I'm just like, okay, if this gets to this situation, I know it's going to end up here.
Right.
And because most of the time that's what happens. They've been blown out a little bit more after the All-Star break, but when they have, like, if you tell me if they're up 15, I'm like, I'm not confident they're going to keep that lead. That's going to be, this is going to be tight at one point.
Especially the early lead. The go out and make 6 threes in the first quarter. You're like, oh boy.
Here's Kevin Love. Kevin Love on the play-in scenario. And Love. This is him on what the Hawks are bringing to the table.
You know, we look at a lot of their, advanced statistics that they've put up now for about a month and a half. And offensively they look great. So I think on the defensive end, we're really going to have to, stop a lot of what they do, make stuff really hard on them, especially with that 2-guard front. They have rim rollers that can be dynamic. They have some shooting. So they definitely have continued to trend in the right direction. So we're going to have to be ready for war tomorrow.
All right, Kevin Love. Listen, took 4 charges at that last game. That was impressive. He's laid his body on the line. He's been punched in the nuts. He's been cut. One time looked like he was concussed. Kevin Love's been beat up since he's been on the Miami Heat.
I like it, though.
I do, too. I like what he's the second unit Kevin Love.
Yeah.
Much better than starting Kevin Love.
I mean, pretty much everybody has been beaten up on this team at some point during the season.
Yeah, but his hasn't been like a small tissue issue. It's like, no, he literally gets beat up during the game, like shot to the nuts, cut on the ear. Now, the last person I remember getting beat up like this was Gogi, where Gogi had like a black eye, broken tooth, busted nose.
Remember, he got a tooth knocked out and the foul got called on him.
Right, I do remember that. Egregious. All right, we'll take a break. Flip on back over to some football. Bryant McKinnie's doing some good work in the community. We will talk to the former Miami Hurricanes great coming up next. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 o'clock here on the show. I'll let you guys know if you guys want to win tickets to David Blaine, extreme illusionist, stunt artist, legendary magician. He's at his first ever residency in Las Vegas. David Blaine in spades, exclusively at the Resorts World Theater. To win, go to the Odyssey app. You log in and listen to WQAM. For every hour you listen, you'll get another entry in the contest to win in the drawing. The more you listen to WQAM, the more chances you have to win. David Blaine in spades is playing April 28th through July 15th. Tickets on sale now at rwlasvegas.com or axs.com. Check that on out. All right, let's go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop over 1,500 Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms, the Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. Former Miami Hurricanes, great former Dolphin, Raven, Viking. Bryant McKinnie joining us here on the show as he's got some great stuff coming up later on this week with his foundation as they're having a cocktails and conversation at the Hard Rock Dare nightclub this Thursday. Bryant, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, how you doing? We actually just moved it to the it's in the Hard Rock Stills in one of the ballrooms now.
Ballrooms, okay.
We added that because of something that was taking place in there. But definitely we're having something called Cocktails and Conversation where we discuss mental health awareness, things like that. I have a clinical social worker named Dr. Tasha Alexander, along with the psychologist, Dr. Tasha Harris, Brandon Marshall, former NFL player, and two reality friends of mine, reality stars, Shay Johnson from Flavor of Love, Love and Hip Hop, who has a health and wellness brand, and Renee Graziano from My Wives, who have dealt with her own issues in mental health, area. And then Dr. Marvin Smith, orthopedic surgeon. He's going to be on the panel as well.
Very cool. Well, what made you want to make this a focus for you, Bryant? Like, why was mental health awareness such a big deal to you?
When I retired, there was a couple other guys who retired around the same time as me, and two different guys had this issues. One got Baker Act, and I had to actually go down and talk to him at the psych ward, and he didn't want to talk to his family because he felt like they couldn't relate, and he only felt comfortable talking to me. And I guess when you are the individual who's the strong person, where everybody looks to as the go-to person in the family, it's like, I guess, what do I want to talk to them for? So kind of opened up to me, and I realized this was a real need, not just in the football space, but just in general. And I just felt like this is conversation that, that we should probably start having a little more often so people can go see about, getting some therapy and not feeling alone.
You think it's one of those situations where, I always thought when I got done with football that you find out what guys you are really close to versus guys you just associate with, because when y'all start dealing with real life issues, if you don't have, if your boy when you play football isn't the same boy you could go to and have those conversations, then you end up even lonelier than you were when you were in that locker room. And so you think that, this will help, actually people identify not only what they're going through, but who they could talk to as far as people in their lives.
I agree. I agree to a certain extent. I feel like a lot of times people miss the locker room vibe because you're no longer a part of it. So, like, I'm part of the NFL choir as well. So we were on America's Got Talent. And just having those moments of guys being able to be back around each other for rehearsal and stuff like that, it kind of let guys, like, kind of appreciate and actually miss the locker room. But I feel like each guy, while you're playing, you kind of know who you're cool with and who you kind of aren't. Like, some people are just, work employees, and some are like your friends. So you have an idea who you can kind of rely on, but just not having that environment anymore. And that's the environment a lot of people kind of grew up in for majority of their life. And then that's now being removed or taken away. It's like, now who do I talk to? The people who depend on me all the time. And I'd rather talk to somebody who I can relate to, or probably going through similar things and see how they got through it.
Right, like the choir thing, like that's. You've always been like around the music, but like, when did you find that after playing the choir, and how much does that like help with you?
What's funny is with the choir thing, the NFL choir has been around for a while. It's going on 25 years next year. So I joined back in 2007. The lady Melanie Few put it together. My mom and her were friends, so I joined back then. But it was always during the Super Bowl time, things like that. We did events here and there. But I felt like when it got on AGT, it became more of a thing, or more people knew about it. But now, since being retired, because this is made up of former and current players, that some of the former players actually enjoy and like look forward to like the trips and things like that, because it gives you a chance to kind of feel like you're back in the locker room again, and people are able to kind of like, you know, talk and network and see what's going on and seeing how each other are feeling mentally. And just being around that again just made me realize like these conversations are important, because, you know, people just talking about how they went through depression. So you have to look at it. I started playing in high school, but if I started at 6 years old and I've identified myself as an athlete or a football player or whatever since 6, and then now it gets taken away at a certain point in my life, it's like, who am I? So I feel like a lot of people go through that.
Mm-hmm. Brian, I got a question for you. Did you get a haircut right before this interview, bro? That is the cleanest tape I've seen.
Oh, thanks.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like
you mentioned that you're working with Dr. Tasha, correct? Is that Tasha Harris? I think she did something called drive-by therapy or something like that.
She does drive-by
So,
therapy.
I did a couple of those shows at the Dania Beach Improv with Dr. Tasha. Is this a similar concept in which you're attempting to kind of like normalize talking about things that you necessarily wouldn't do in a public setting? Is that essentially what this event is like?
That, and then also so people can kind of figure out like, okay, you know, some people like want to come here just to listen, you know what I mean? So they'll feel like, oh, they went through this, and see how people got through things, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
so similar, yeah, but like have open discussion as well as just allowing people to be there as a spectator, or visitor, or listener, and just learn some things and gather some information from it. And even if they want knowledge on how to get or seek help, at least have that available to them as well.
Talking to Bryant McKinnie, this event is coming up on Thursday at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, one of the ballrooms over there. What's the best way that people can get tickets, Brian? Is there they go through social media?
They can go to thebryantmckinney.com and they can purchase tickets on there. And on my flyer, if you use the QR code, it'll take you straight to a link as well.
See you rocking the Cane shirt, Brian. How excited are you for? You been to spring game at all? Like Chris Ball, your guy there now, running the show year 2. How excited are you for year 2 of the Cristobal era?
I'm pretty excited. I know they have the spring game this weekend coming up. I believe it's on Friday. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see, you know, how he's able to turn the team around, because I believe he will. I feel like he's a great recruiter, and I feel like he also teaches those guys about hard work and discipline. He also played a big role in my career at the University of Miami, so I definitely support him and want to see him do well. He is a guy who was a 2-time national champion as a player and one as a coach, so he knows what the hard work looks like as a player and as a coach. So I think he'll do great.
Yeah, you guys all seem to have a lot, like all the former Canes, how close you guys are together. Like you seem to have a lot of faith in him, obviously, because you know how passionate he is about it. Like how hard do you think last year was on him, knowing that, you know, it wasn't maybe off to the start that he wanted to, some real tough losses in there, but also he probably had to get things his way.
I just feel like it's hard for a coach to come in on year 1 and try to turn everything around and expect it to be like right back just because he got there. Like I always say, you have to give him at least 3 years, you know, to get some of those guys in that are his guys. And like the guys who are freshmen, by the time they're juniors, the program should be heading into like a greater direction.
That offensive line's always a question too. Like when you were like a phenom in college, so like nobody ever touched the quarterback when you were in there. But when you watch these young kids today, like, do you feel like it a tougher jump to college than it used to be, or is that something that you hear from Coach, because that's kind of his bag? He loves the O-line.
Yeah, because I always say the O-line is the engine. Car can't start without the engine. You know what I mean? So I just feel like it's a lot more distraction nowadays. You know what I'm saying? As far as social media, now you have NIL. It's like, I don't know how I would feel if I'm blocking for somebody, they're making like $5 million, I'm not making nothing. Like, it's a lot of things that can separate the team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we did things a lot that brought us together. Like we would hang out. Like, you know, Joaquin, Ed Reed, and all those guys came up to New Jersey with me. Like, and first time I had Cuban food was at Joaquin. Like, we did things together. Where I feel like there's a lot of separation with the newer generation of players, where I feel like they should do more things outside of the locker room, which we did, and I feel like it's important. But we didn't have as many distractions. That we try to create things to do, you know, amongst us, and I feel like I hope they start taking notes from that.
Yeah, that's a good point, because like nobody ever gives love to the O-line. And they're like, who's going to give an NIL deal to the monsters up front?
Right.
Like, I could definitely see that being a thing. Like, we with the quarterbacks, like, I know you guys get some nice gifts every once in a while from a QB in the NFL locker room, but they may need to start that early of like the trickle down if the QB really wants you guys protected for him.
Right. Let's figure something out. Like, you getting this big deal, like, shoot something.
Believe me, the farther along you get in football, the more people acknowledge and identify why it's all done, and they always go up front. When you look at the NFL, for example, the O-line, in most cases, most of them getting paid more than the running back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you got sometimes your left tackle is making more than the quarterback. Like,
I don't know about that part.
Well, I'm talking about like early on. I'm talking about early on. Like early on until they get that big deal. But every quarterback doesn't get to that extension.
Right.
So a lot of times that staple is that left tackle, not necessarily the quarterback, and he always gonna make money. I could probably tell you, Joe Thomas probably always made more money than his quarterback. That's probably why he never won a playoff game. But
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Brian, what do you one of the big stories out there, one of your former teams, the Ravens, the Lamar Jackson thing, like, what have you made of that whole ordeal? Like, I know they got Odell this weekend, so maybe that'll smooth some things, but what have you made of that whole situation of them not taking care of Lamar yet and his whole deal?
I do think the Odell factor is something to kind of smooth things over to entice him to stay, because now we gave you a weapon so far, and then you still got the draft coming up. In my mind, I would have thought they would have did something to try to take care of it before the contract ran all the way out. But I don't understand what the logic is between that, but they're gonna have to figure something out. But I do think that was a part, having Odell there, it was a part of trying to entice him to, like, not want to leave.
Brian, here's the crazy thing about it. If you Lamar Jackson and you look throughout the league, no other quarterback of his nature even ever made it to this point. So the Ravens could have redid his contract 2 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. And would only probably have to give him 130, 140 guaranteed. But then they waited and they waited and they waited, and all these other contracts got done. And now they're in a crazy position now because they want to go back and offer the 140.
Right.
And times have changed. And so it is, I think it's a misstep by the Ravens by not taking care of their guy. They should have gave him a contract right after the MVP year.
They should have. And you got to look at it now. How does that player feel that you didn't want to take care of
right.
him? And I had to go through all this back and forth with you guys when I've come in. I've made the offensive side more exciting for people to tune in and watch.
Right.
So why are we not taking care of me?
And that's and that petty right there. I don't know if that just goes away, because he got some you get some hurt feelings when you see everybody else getting taken care of, and yet you've been more productive than some of those guys, and you not getting taken care of like they are. I think I can see where feelings get into it. I don't know how they're going to do it. I think the only thing fix it is money.
It'll fix it, but then at the same time, you're still gonna why do I have to go through all this,
right?
Just to get this done. I feel like I've done my part.
Right.
I think they should have handled that a while ago. I feel like they should have handled it even sometime during the season last year, and not let it get all the way to the end of the season. I mean, even when I was with the Vikings, they redid my contract before my season was up, so it was like I just knew that's what's going to happen to him.
Right. That's what we all thought. We all thought, you better hurry up and do Lamar's contract before so-and-so signed. You better do it, because if so-and-so signed, he got an MVP, he going to have to get more than him.
Right.
But for some reason, the Ravens didn't think like that. They always thought that what they priced him out to be, or what they thought they was going to have to pay him, that was going to last forever.
In the words of Fat Joe, yesterday's price is not today's price.
That's right.
Go check out Bryant McKinnie's event, an evening of cocktails and conversation at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, coming up on Thursday, 8:00. Anything else you want to tell us about the event, Brian, before we get you out of here? Get people out there info on how to get tickets, or anything else you want to just say about it before we get you out of here?
I think it'll just be a great experience. you get to hear just different stories, and it's going to be open discussion as well too. So we'll get to hear from the audience and kind of get some feedback on things. And just make sure they go to thebryantmckinney.com. You can purchase tickets there, or you can use the QR code on the flyer and purchase tickets or donate.
Appreciate it, Brian. Thanks so much, man. Good luck with the event. You're doing some good
Thank
work
you.
there.
Thank you for having me.
There you go. Bryant McKinnie. Appreciate him giving us some time. We'll take a quick break. Back after this. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 o'clock here on the show. Thanks to Bryant McKinnie for stopping by the show.
He's a gentle giant.
He is.
He's a beast.
Appreciate
He's always when I would talk to guys in Minnesota, they say he was a wall.
Well, keep that in mind if you guys want to go there on Thursday. Check that on out with his foundation. He's doing some good work. Some good work over there. Let's get to some cat talk here. Brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius part of play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. Panthers lose in overtime last night. This is what it sounded like. Doug Plagans at the call on WQAM.
Barkov, top of the right circle, 33 seconds in overtime. Barkov, Kachuk in front, a shot, save Samsonov, it's cleared. Foot race going down to our left. Tavares is going to get there. Left circle, cuts in. Tavares backhand, he scores, and the Leafs win it in overtime, 2-1. John Tavares, 21.3 seconds left in overtime.
Oh, the 2-1 filthy giveth.
The 2-1 filthy taketh away.
That's right.
That's right.
That is the double-edged sword of a 2-1 filthy. And it was a filthy taste in your mouth after losing that. Not in a dire spot. Listen, you have a win in your in scenario, basically, and really a get to OT in your in scenario. But as we had David Dwork on earlier from Local 10, he's like, look, a TCB yourself, because these your competition isn't exactly taking on the best competition. You know, Penguins got a couple easy ones. The Islanders got an easy one coming up, and you got a tough one against a motivated Hurricanes team. So, look, it's been as it has been with the Heat. It has been a ride all year for the Panthers.
But in all fairness to the Panthers, I'm going to give them a little bit of a pass, and I kind of asked David about this. Is that we didn't know how Maurice coming in was going to affect winning or losing. We just knew that to win a championship or win a Stanley Cup, they needed to play a different style. And it looked clunky earlier. And in the last couple of weeks, they've really kind of honed in on the defensive side. So I'm not as discouraged as much about a 2-1 loss as I am when they would lose 7-5.
2-1 filthy.
Of something like that, because that means that what he's trying to instill in these guys is starting to take form. I just hope that they get an opportunity to actually get in the playoffs.
Right. Listen, it's a different team in a lot of ways, though, dude. Like, this isn't just a team that was changed. It changed its face. You don't have Jonathan Huberdeau here anymore. It's not really Huberdeau's Barco's show anymore. It's Kachuk's, Verhaeghe's, Montour's.
Right.
You know, like the style has changed. The key players have really changed in this thing too. I mean, Barkov's dealt with injuries a lot this year. You got Duclair in the back in the middle of it, but you know, they're just please. I would think it's all worth it, Leroy, as long as they get in. If they don't, if you fall short, it's still going to be a gut punch.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that. I think most people will say, how the hell we were the 1 seed, and now we don't even make the playoffs, and everybody thinks this team is heading in the right direction. And I would just say, just look at the style of hockey that they're trying to play and trying to do it during the course of a season. You could see the ups and downs of it, and they've started coming along strong at the end. And if they come up short, I know it is going to be unfortunate, but is everybody happy with where they're headed?
Well, I think the thing that's tough, and this is, this is what's gonna sting about it, is I don't think people were really thrilled with the Maurice hire. I don't think people embraced it very much from the start. Right. So I get it. What you're saying is the reasonable thing, but it's sports, and you're not going to be reasonable when people
always reasonable.
Well, not with me though. Like you're not.
No, because listen, in order to combat your silliness, I have to go extreme in the opposite direction. So we end up at reasonable. It's a game we play here. You got to play the game. Hey, everybody know how to play the game. I got to play the game with you. If you say it's white, I got to go all the way black. I can't say it's cream because that means I'm too close to agreeing with you.
Why does it got to be? You got to go all the way white with me.
Yeah. Why was
What's up with that? What's up with that?
Why was he the one?
Okay, then you'll be black. Okay, if you say it's black, I got to go all the way and say it's white. Damn.
Speaking of white,
what are we doing?
Here's Paul Maurice after the game.
Look at Jake Fingers just shaking her head in disgust.
You can't transition that way.
No, stop.
What?
Paul Maurice?
Paul Maurice it is.
We played a hell of a game right from the start, ready to go. Lots of energy, got good saves, put up some good chances, but yeah, we played a hell of a game.
Seems to have a ton of big saves. How big was it not to get discouraged and find that goal?
Yeah, I didn't find that we fell off that. I mean, they got a good team. They're going to get some chances and some zone time on you. But I thought we were pretty darn consistent straight through.
Still a lot of big plays.
Oh man, did he?
The one that set up Montour's goal. It's what you made that his game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you find that the veteran players to get this just means more to them, right? The pressure games are just more valuable to them. He was great tonight.
Obviously, things can happen between now and your next game, but knowing that potentially the season might come down to one game on Thursday.
We just hoped it would 5 games ago, right? You hoped you could get to that last game and have a chance. So you come out and you judge yourself by your performance and your preparation. It was really, really good. We played a hell of a game. That's 4-8, and those are all heavy emotional games. You know, we didn't make a big deal of it. We got off the plane at 6 o'clock in the morning because of mechanical issues, so I was worried about how much we'd have in the tank here tonight, and they pushed hard. So we have earned a 2-day block before the biggest game of the year. And now you guys will be all right. It is the biggest game of the year.
That's true. I mean, like, look, if you would have said a couple of weeks ago, hey, you're going to have the last game winner in, because it was looking pretty bleak. It was looking bleak. Like you weren't going to be in the playoffs. Now you got this. This is a real play-in. This isn't like the Heat where they get one more play-in if they screw up tonight. Yeah,
right.
Which, like, I hope the Heat don't screw up tonight. I don't think they'll screw up tonight, but you do have a safety net.
You got another game.
The Panthers, you don't win this one, and it could end up in a really, really dicey scenario. So
I mean, I think if you play a one and done and you get in, then it's safe to say the Panthers are going in on some bit of a hot streak of a roll of playing good hockey, and we all know that of all the sports, the 8-1 in hockey means nothing. Ask the Panthers.
Dade South says if we found out Maurice was a cannibal, I would not be surprised one bit.
Isn't he
I think
he almost seems too sharp dressed to be a hockey coach, right? He needs some more roughness.
Hockey is the only sport now where they got to wear the suits because Spo gets to wear the windbreaker now. You know, you don't have to. I miss the suits. I miss the coaching suit. I just thought it looked cool.
You miss the Stan Van Gundy sweating.
Well, yeah, that's not everybody can pull it off.
Thibodeau.
I thought
nobody sweats like Bruce Pearl.
Oh. right through. But the dumbest ever is old Al Golden wearing the white shirt and orange tie on the sidelines while coaching at Hard Rock Stadium.
Sweltering,
like the sun.
Well, guess what? And it showed. It showed.
Meanwhile, the Marlins. Oof.
What are we doing? You lose 9-0. What was the final score?
I think it was 15-3.
15-3 in the game that Sandy starts.
Yeah,
you're gonna have a hard time. Like that. Listen, we look forward to Sandy starts.
I know.
And I was like, Sandy's throwing meatballs.
This is how I went last night. I was like, all right, who's getting big TV? Who's getting laptop? Sandy's on the hill. Let me sit down and watch 9-0. I was like, well, I'm not watching. You don't get any screens tonight. Click.
And why wasn't the Panthers on TV?
That was another frustrating thing. I go to
my goodness. I'm going to watch some playoff result hockey, some hockey that could result in the playoffs, and and you don't have it on regular TV? I gotta go to either Hulu or ESPN Plus? Are you kidding me?
I mean, look, it's not hard for me to get to ESPN Plus because I'm not old. I mean, the old hate streaming. But I'm just, but what?
No, dude.
But I was confused.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. I'm just saying, like, I thought that was a little bit weird too. I would have thought that would have been on
That's
regular
like that's like putting the NBA finals on NBA TV.
Yeah. Don't disagree.
And it wouldn't have been as hard to find because I have NBA TV.
Ethan says they call Sandy the laundryman because he is washed. He just had a complete game shutout.
Wow.
But yes, I mean 2 out of 3. Like, he's had a terrible start, an amazing start, and a kind of meh start. So, no, it's been up and down for the Sandman so far this year.
Yes, it has.
Been up and down. Need Jesus Luzardo to get things right tonight. I really would like them to get, if they could get 2 out of 3 in this series. I think that would be a big buoy. I don't want to come back home with a couple of NLE series losses. That would be pretty discouraging. But you know, it's got to bounce back from the Sandman's. It's more like the Gas Man like yesterday.
But the other cool thing is that who's pitching tonight? Luzardo pitched pretty good.
Luzardo's been balling.
Yeah.
He's great.
I thought we would go 1-2. They
Jazz,
still haven't scored.
Yeah,
So-
Jazz said Jazz got into it with some fans on Twitter, and he put the proclamation out to everybody. So he said on Twitter, because it was 8 games, he had said we wait till at least it's game 30 or 40. He says, guys, it's only game number 8. Why is everybody panicking? Now it's
I agree with him, but let me respond why. When you haven't been very good for a number of years, and then a season starts off that looks like all those other years, then people are more inclined to say, here we go again.
I think they need it. They need a good first month. It just
right to get people to think that this is different.
I'm not expecting them to do what the Rays did, where the Rays are 10-0, but like, you know, it's getting beat down like that it's discouraging. And I thought the first series of the year, it was like, all right, it was all close games against the Mets here, there. That was annoying, but you know, the Mets series and now this one, you're just like, and especially with losing the way you did with Sandman on the hill, you're just like, woo.
Woo is right. Oof. I got you. I
Jazz
get it.
says, come back when it's game 40. That's a quarter of the way, or at least 30.
I understand where, especially a guy like him who's playing a new position. Because let me tell you, sometimes he chases like a whole bunch of them little kids chasing daisies in the outfield. Like he really thinks he could get to everything, and he needs to sometimes be a little smarter. I get that. He's going through it. We all know it's a learning process. He's never done it. But the whole overall picture, right? The whole overall picture with the way the team looks, the amount of runs they're scoring, pitchers that we never thought would give up 9 runs, giving up 9 runs. Like just the craziness of the start is got everybody going, oh no, here we go again. So I understand him wanting us to be patient. I do. But as you guys would tell me with Dolphins, we've been scarred. We've been scarred for the last however many years.
I've also been like not as like, has anybody noticed Gene Segura at all since he started with his Marlins? Like he's where you at, dude? I don't think he has an extra base hit yet.
Have they played 10 games yet?
Yeah, they have 11.
Okay.
Can I get an extra base hit? Can I get a double? Can I get a ground rule double?
Are we doing this?
No, I'm not doing anything. I'm just saying, let's go, dude. Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
Give me something. Mean
right.
Gene.
I got you.
Jazz also said, what's up, guys? So my girlfriend says I can't tweet nothing until it's game 40. See you guys then. Sorry, she runs the relationship.
I saw that.
Jazz is in love.
That don't mean really.
What? He hasn't tweeted.
Yeah, but he could have just said that. Like, who? Think about this.
What?
Idiots. Realistically,
Hmm?
at any point in time, could D come in and say, you know what? You're banned from Twitter for a month.
Could she? Maybe.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It
Maybe.
doesn't.
But I'm married to her. I've been married to her for 13 years now, almost in June. So, it's been a while. It's been a while. So yeah, she could put the Twitter ban on me. I mean, but I'm just saying, like, if could she do it back at Barry if Twitter existed? I don't know.
See what I'm saying? But you understand where I'm getting at. He just used her as cover to do what he was going to do anyway. See what I'm saying? She didn't come to him and say, "Don't use Twitter."
I don't know.
Oh, I'm telling you.
He's using. You think he's using her here?
I said he's using her as cover. Yes.
He loves to tweet.
He's using her as cover.
It's like Marlins Lent, 40 games. 40 games of Twitter ban.
What do you do? Come on, don't bring Jesus into it.
Well, I am bringing Jesus into it tonight. I'm down.
Jesus won't give up 9 runs in the first inning.
We'll find out tonight because Jesus Luzardo is on the hill.
I'm just saying. Like, it's okay. I use my wife as cover sometimes. Guys ask me, hey, you think you can come over to this? Oh, man, I got to do something with the wife.
You're not telling the truth there?
I've been doing that. Tell you what.
Yeah. Come on.
You want me to
You never use your wife as cover?
Yeah.
Never.
That's what the significant other is for.
Ooh.
Cover. Stop.
Wow.
Jimmy Butler's got a message.
You know how many times my wife said, hey, somebody asked me to do this. I told him, nah, I can't do it. My husband, he ain't down with that. Right. All the time. I say, yep, that's what I'm here for.
Jimmy Butler has a message for the Heat doubters. That's next.
The Heat looking to keep their
human side. When things go wrong, when the scent of her legs and temptation strong.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy. Big one tonight at the Heat's house, the Kaseya Center. Boots on the ground, BOTG tonight for your boy Tobes. You know what that means, Leroy. You know what that means. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, I don't know what it means.
Oh, dude, I'm giving you reports with the boots tonight.
Your report's better. Let me tell you something. Look at me. Get closer.
Yeah.
Your reports better have something to do with basketball.
They always do.
No, they don't.
They always do.
Dude, you say, ooh, Leroy, Floyd's here. That it ain't never about basketball.
Floyd's always there. He's always there. He loves it here. But one person who is ready for this is Jimmy Buckets. And you hear him yesterday, Leroy? So Jimmy Buckets yesterday, he was asked about the idea of the Heat going into this playoffs overlooked. And what a poignant thing that Jimmy Butler had to say to anybody who had who looks at the Heat as underdogs. This is what he had to say to that when he was asked.
Do you embrace the challenge of being an underdog maybe more than being the team that everybody's chasing?
Nope, it's all the same. Didn't nobody pick us to win last year either, so who cares? Y'all not gonna pick us to win this year. Still don't give a damn. In 10 years, y'all still not gonna pick us. Still don't give a damn. So
there you go. Jimmy Buckets, he don't care. He don't care, dude.
Goosies. Then why you care so much?
Oh, because I know he does care. He just says he doesn't care.
Oh my God.
Oh, but that's
so wait. Marcos, mark this. You were calling Jimmy Butler a liar.
I'm a liar to his face this year. Because he said that whole nonsense to us last year about, I don't believe in revenge games. Like, okay, dude. And then I asked him at Media Day, I'm like, hey, remember when you said you didn't care about revenge games, but you shouted off the court Tobias Harris over me? Got him. Boxed in.
You've been
But he does make the good, but like, to his point, what does it matter? Like, you guys, it's not like, what does it matter? I don't know what he's
say this to you all the time.
Only someone would have told us.
I don't think,
dude, I'm telling you.
What? Jimmy said it.
Yep.
I say this to you all the time.
You're not
Why does it matter whether they pick the Heat? And you go on and on
and on. Here's what I don't like. Here's what I don't like.
Yo, oh my God.
I'll tell you what I don't like. I'll tell you what I don't like.
No love around here.
No, but hear me out. I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like that people are trying to make the Heat a sneaky team. Too late. Too late. You guys had this last year, and nobody wanted to give the Heat their flowers, and now everybody thinks that, we're going to have the wacky position of the Heat are going to take out the Celtics. No, Kendrick Perkins. Nice try. Okay? Nice try, Tim Legler. AJ Redick.
Who looks like a basketball, by the way.
Like a deflated basketball.
Tim Legler?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there.
Me neither, dude.
Rough.
Here's a little bit more of Jimmy Buckets on media praise that he gets around playoff time.
I'm gonna do whatever it takes for my team to win, night in and night out. And honestly, I could care less what anybody writes. If I'm a good basketball player or a bad basketball player, Coach Pat and Coach Bo didn't bring me here because of what y'all write in the most respectful way possible. So as I take on, tomorrow's matchup and we get that dub, we'll worry about what goes on down the line. But I think I'm going to be a decent basketball player at the end of the day.
Who is dribbling in the background? Thor?
They are waiting for him.
On the noise.
Jeez, dude.
You do realize you're at basketball practice, right? These
I know, but was that not the?
No, but
was that
that
like the
was-
most intense?
that
It was.
was
It was like. Boom.
You know what it means?
The medicine ball.
It was like
It
Andre
means that
the
there was only
Giant.
one. That means it was only one or two people in the gym, so it echoed.
I guess it sounded like Andre the Giant at the free throw
I gotta
line.
tell you,
I could have gone to the other
you
side.
complained about some of the weirdest things.
Me? That's hilarious coming from you.
It's not really a complaint. It was more of an observation.
Good point.
3 against 1 now. I knew it. I
It
knew
was
it.
a
Look,
thunderous
I'm
dribble.
not gonna say. Look,
was.
I'm not gonna say nothing. Look at the 3 boxes. Look at the 1 box.
Yeah.
Guess
All I
who's
see is-
teaming up?
I don't know. You could say whatever you want. All I see is somebody boxed in.
I'm not boxed in. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
You literally are on the screen.
Dad joke.
Schmeathan Schmolnick says that banging in the background you hear is Duncan putting up shots. That's not nice. I don't like that.
I mean, yeah,
What
he
are
had a
we-
lot
what
of
are we
minutes
doing?
recently.
But so here's the deal.
Yep.
Like if you watch any of these, especially NBA shows, they change their mind all the time. So why do you take the 1 time or the 2 times that they say something negative about the Heat
Yeah.
and ride with it? Because it changes. It changes constantly.
It does.
Kendrick Perkins has picked 5 teams to win a championship.
Kendrick Perkins' opinion does change while the wind blows. I will give you that.
Right. But a lot of them do that. As Stephen A would say, it's fluid.
Yeah, but it's like now you guys want to pick the Heat as a cute contender. I don't like it. Don't hop on our bandwagon.
Here's what makes it difficult with the Heat. You've seen them beat anybody in the NBA. And you've seen them lose to anybody in the NBA.
That's right.
And from that standpoint, and they've never had more than a 7-day stretch where they play good basketball. How's all this going to play out? But you know they have the ability to do it. It's just you haven't seen it consistently for longer than what, 6 days?
I really just like I really do though. Like I love Jimmy's demeanor going into this thing. Like I really do want to see that guy get to the prize. I don't know if it's gonna happen this year. I'm not gonna talk about playoffs till we play in, but
Dude,
what?
dude,
Do what? What? What?
Stop.
Stop what?
Just being mature.
Task at hand.
Oh, look at that stash.
Whose?
No, I got distracted.
Not yours.
I'm holding
Well,
the
Tuas.
I just shaved.
Actually, I did see him go to the bathroom this past segment.
Did you guys see? Speaking of
Don't lie.
stashes and men's grooming, have you seen what Tyler Hero's up to lately?
No.
Something fashionable, I'm assuming.
He has
absolutely correct.
he has a new cologne
Does he?
that's out. He put out the ad. Did you see this, Leroy?
Well,
Oh,
is
I
it
think I
really
saw some on
his or is
Twitter,
it,
but I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, yeah. Well, I saw it. No, it's his
It's not a
cologne.
collaboration.
No, it's not a collaboration. It's an original fragrance.
Whoa, my God.
Is that a butterfly on his shin?
Sure
That's
is.
definitely a collaboration,
Sure
by
is.
the way.
Yeah,
With Armani.
yeah.
Is that Armani?
Yes,
Yeah,
that
it's
is.
which
it's Armani's
is what
new
makes
scent.
it collaboration.
No, it's not a
Unless
collaboration.
there's a joke after this.
There's
you're-
not a
You're
collaboration.
trying to prep
Jiffy.
for.
I'm not prepping for a joke. Don't step on I don't know what you're alluding to.
Yeah, why would you ever?
I don't know what you're alluding to. All
I
I'm
don't know
saying
your-
is like
your
look at
face.
that man
Yeah.
and what he's got going on with this
Dude,
freak.
if it says Armani, it's a collaboration. It's not Tyler Hero
Right?
cologne.
That's his
You
middle name.
knucklehead.
Hold on, dude. Nike. I mean, if you have a signature shoe by Nike, like it's still a Nike shoe, but it's the
But it's a
it's the Tyler
collab.
Hero. It's not a collaboration.
It is a
It's signature.
collaboration with the company.
Collaboration, whatever. I mean, you guys are being semantic samurais. Put your
No, we're
katanas here.
not.
Oh, but when you do it, they're all
I don't
right.
understand what you guys are doing.
Trying to help you say it correctly. It's a
Yeah.
collaboration.
I'm not.
with
It's
Tyler
not a
Hero.
collaboration. It's a
It
signature
is.
fragrance.
Dude, when Tiger has his own line of clothing and shoes through Nike, it's a collaboration
No, it's a
with
signature
Nike.
line.
It's their stuff.
Oh.
They just paying you to put their name on it.
Okay,
Put your
so
name on it.
That's not a
And thanks.
collaboration. Then you're
What
under a
is it
signature
called?
line. A collaboration is like when you guys do a song together. That's a collaboration.
Oh, I
It's
collab.
the
I
same
wish you
thing
guys-
with
Who's
Stache
being?
I wish you
Wait,
I
wait.
I wish
Stop.
you guys
Stop.
do
Stop.
fashion. I really do.
Who's being a semantic samurai?
The fish on the shirt. Is that what that is? Is that fashion?
It's a brand.
So let me ask you:
Mm.
when Nike
It's
does the jerseys, is that a collaboration?
I don't know, but you and JFig have collabed to kill this segment.
Oh man.
You know what? I'm taking that graphic away from you.
Damage is done is next.
Jeez.
I'm Michael Jenkins.
with you on 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 o'clock here. You got Heat and Hawks tonight. 6:15 preheat gets going with Alejandro Solana. 7:30 tip-off from the Kaseya Center for Heat and Hawks as they will try and play their way to the 7 seed. Let's get the damages done. I'll go first. So, yesterday, or 2 days ago, actually, is it 3 days ago now? What the hell was Saturday? How many days is that?
I think it's longer than that. What's today?
3 days ago. Although technically 2, because this actually happened at Sunday morning.
Carry the one.
This weekend at UFC 287, a.k.a. UFC Miami. I'm in the media room, boots on the ground. And
Hey,
as you...
technically, I was boots on the ground too.
You were, but you weren't here for this. You left. So, you saw that media room at first, Leroy.
It was the size of this room.
Quite tight, which I don't know why. Like for a Heat game, I'm telling you guys that room doesn't look that crammed. I don't know why the UFC decides, hey, the best thing to do for this setup is let's put up 9 tables that span across the room and also stick a refrigerator in there. It wasn't a very smart setup.
Don't forget the food tables because they did have a lot of food.
Tight squeeze. Okay. And the other thing is, I was trying to get some video, as you guys saw yesterday when we were playing back some of the press conferences and stuff like that. And it was, you got to get a clear shot. Everybody's got their tripods up, and I had to and these people up front, like a bunch of bobos, had their stupid cameras in front of everybody. I'm like, hey, well, that's helpful to everybody. Way to be team players, guys. But anyway, so I got a really good zoom. I got right there. Found a good shot, right? Good angle. But I had to be up off the table through the wall. Something I use in a Heat game. It's called the wall scope. It's a key Tobes tactic when boots on the ground. But this guy, during the press conference, one of these reporters, I don't know who he works for. I don't know what his outlet was. Okay. Leroy, he must have gotten up during the press conference. Gilbert Burns is there, our boy. Want to get a little Gilbert Burns video?
Yep.
This guy got up no fewer than 3 times in one press conference that lasted 6 minutes.
What?
Okay.
For what?
I don't know.
We still don't know.
Because he was in the second row. I'm all the way in the back. I'm all the way in the back row.
Yeah.
Shooting from an angle, but I got a clear shot. All right.
Good angle.
Good angle.
I don't like that sound you're doing, by the way.
That's just for the radio audience, though. I don't want people to. Good angle.
Perfect.
This guy, he keeps doing the scoot through, And let's just say, excuse me. And let's just say, if it was a Marlins reliever, Leroy would be fat shaming him. Okay. Portly. So you got me, Portly, this guy, Portly, makes for a tight squeeze. On top of it, my camera's there. He's like, excuse me, shoving around to get through. I'm like, all right, that's one. All right, cool, fine.
Yeah, everyone gets one.
So at the time, I have to move the camera as it's going because this guy has to I don't know what he has to get to in the back while Gilbert Burns is talking.
Couldn't wait 6 minutes.
Comes back once. So it's a back, return, excuse me. All right. But it's more like, excuse me.
All right.
All right. And then gets up second time. Back, excuse me. And again, excuse me. And then a third time. And he goes, I'm really sorry, man. And meanwhile, every time he does this, I have to move my camera. And I got to say, my friend, the damage is done. Wow. I don't know what you were going for back there. I don't know if you were getting catering. I don't know if you were getting a new battery. I don't know what you were going for, but whatever it was, you seem to be quite forgetful because you got up 3 times in the span of a press conference.
Maybe he was going to get snacks.
I don't know, dude. But
of course you would defend that.
It was really, really annoying. Really annoying.
I think I'm going to go with one from that night, too. But mine is even more impressive. So I leave after the Masvidal fight.
Yep.
I got valet. And basically the reason why I'm leaving is I want to get on the highway before everybody come out and get their valet parking.
Smart strategy.
So I get out there, hand over my ticket, right? Some guys are talking to me. Hey, Leroy, what's up? What's up? I just chit-chat with them or whatever. Lady comes back. They go, nice ride. I turn around. I look. She's coming to hand me the keys. It's a Bentley.
Oh,
whoa!
Right.
You should have just.
Nice. That
She
is a nice
goes,
ride.
is this your car? No!
What?
You had one job. She goes,
most upsets anybody's ever been being handed keys to a Bentley.
No, right?
no, let me tell you something. If a black man drove off of that with that car, you know they're gonna say it's stolen. No,
But you're Leroy. You
it
know?
don't matter, dude.
Leroy.
It don't matter. So I say, no, it's not my car. Look at the ticket. I'm like, I don't care, it's not my car. And then finally one of the other guys goes,
The ticket.
damage is done. Take the car. I'm like, no.
My friend.
Oh man, that's
She
frustrating.
brought the wrong car
Hmm.
and was getting frustrated with me because I wouldn't take the damn Bentley.
By the way, I also got to give a damages done to Rudy Gobert for that apology.
Apology. Wait a minute. You know why you can't accept his apology? Because less than 24 hours ago, he talked about, oh boy, like he's the antagonist. It doesn't bother me. He's just going at it hard. And then 24 hours later, you punch him because of the same thing.
He said, emotions got the best of me today. I should not have reacted the way I did, regardless of what was said. I want to apologize to the fans of the organization, particularly to Kyle, who is someone that I truly love and respect as a teammate. Damage is done, Rudy.
Is he the only person? Is he the
Damage
one
is
person?
done.
Like, I know some people are hated in their respective sport because they're antagonists, because they're, this or that or whatever. Is he hated throughout basketball and people don't even know why sometimes? Because everybody just like,
Yeah, I think that, yes, it was just kind of an annoyance or nuisance with him, but now, the public record is he seems to be a bit of a pain in the ass to play with.
I mean, and they gave up a lot.
Yep, a haul.
A lot. Not to mention, I mean, can we give another damages done to dude that broke his hand?
Oh, dude. Terrible.
Damage is done.
So now they sent out Rudy Gobert and their other guy is out because he broke his hand.
J-Fig, what do you got?
So,
wow.
I did my research this past commercial break.
Okay.
And our hero says, I'm proud to announce that I am partnering up with the
The who? The Amari Stoudemire?
Who is he?
Who's he partnering up with?
Who's Omar?
No, dude.
Armani Beauty Team.
The who?
I couldn't think of a better way to kick off our partnership.
Oh, so not a
Then-
collaboration.
Not a collab.
That's what I'm
Same thing.
That's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's
Partner is
the
not the
same
same as a
thing.
collaboration.
Really?
Yeah.
Partner in crime.
Nice try, though, guys.
No, you're box.
Hey,
Okay.
Partnership is not the same thing.
It's the same.
Me and
thing.
Big Spoon
You're putting your
collaborated
face
and we
on
have
something.
Rebecca.
Yeah.
No.
You collabed on a baby, but you're married.
Partnership. What?
You can collab on a song, but a partner
Marcos
makes a whole
minus
album.
one.
If Drizzy Drake is collabing,
First of all, minus one for saying Drizzy Drake.
if Drizzy
Minus
Drake
one.
is collabing
Minus
with
one.
Kodak Black,
You ain't cool.
No, if Drizzy and Kodak are doing a song together, they're collaborating. They're not partnering.
Yeah, they're not a.
They're
duo
not
now.
tag teams, all right? They're not Edge and Christian. They're not the Dudley Boys.
Wow, good names.
Point is here that you're wrong.
No, the
It's
point is
not-
you're wrong.
it's not-
You're wrong. You
Wow.
literally just got.
Product,
You
okay?
literally boxed yourself in.
No,
You did.
No, I did.
You did.
No, I didn't.
Hey,
I'm not gonna get boxed.
Marcos.
You're wrong.
Marcos.
You're Brendan Michael.
Marcos.
You can say my full name all you
You know
want.
we got.
You can say all my
Marcos.
names that you want, murderer. But the
We
point
got
is,
we got a couple
you're
of
wrong.
some
You're wrong.
semantic samurais going at it.
There's a lot of ninja work going on with all
Yeah.
this. Semantic
Tobin,
samurai.
you will win
Your
by
damage is
anything,
done.
just not to
Damage.
admit you're wrong.
But I'm not wrong.
Done.
You are wrong.
Partnership and a collaboration, not the same thing.
Ooh.
Really?
Yep.
So let me ask you a question.
Yep.
In a collaboration,
Mm-hmm.
he would have some input, right?
Some.
Yeah, that's collaboration.
No.
So is Tiger here? Is
Yeah.
Tiger collaborating or partnering with Nike?
He's more of endorsing Nike.
No. A lot of his clothing designs, a lot of the designs they come out with Tiger are made for him.
Oh yeah.
So he's had an input on it.
You think Tiger's out there, picking out what is he picking out? The velvet shirts? Like, what do you think he's doing?
For example, every style of shirt he comes out with comes with a red one.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not a collaboration?
No.
Oh, really? They just did that on their own? They did that on their own?
They needed Tiger's input that he wears red on Sundays. We all know. Thanks, Tiger.
Does he? Is that it's Sundays only?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Sundays. Yeah.
It's a good shirt.
Anyway,
partnership.
That's my one. Damage is done.
Two. You have.
All right. So
well, your first one was a swing and a miss.
No, I went to go get coffee a couple segments ago.
Yes.
And then I saw that Ashley O from our sister station, The Shark.
Rock out with the shark out.
No. She is in a meeting with some people wearing suits.
Oh.
And you want to know what the best part about all of that was?
She's in a robe.
No.
That'd be hilarious.
Dozer.
Oh, the dog.
The dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pooed right in front of the studio.
Sure did.
During that meeting.
Tremendous.
At that.
And let me
Right
tell you
in
something.
front of the window.
This place stinks.
Oh!
Damage is done.
Oh, wait.
Damage
So
is
wait.
done.
Everybody's running towards that window.
Dude, it was a ripe one. It was a ripe one.
It was a Stanley steamer.
Oh man, that was good.
Look, I'm
was
all for
hilarious.
everybody making their workplace a better environment.
By the way, every dog is here today.
Everybody, the dog thing. I knew this was going to happen.
Of course,
you're not going to listen. Dogs aren't going to pitch a perfect game. I'm sorry.
I can't bring Zeus. You know why? There's too many trees. He will stop and pee on every tree, whether he got to go or not.
Very true.
Yep.
So
guess
I
that's
just
it for
don't.
dog day.
Why do we need if you have to have your dog with you that much, you probably shouldn't have a dog. Simple as that. Because you ain't got the time for a dog.
Marcos, what do you got for damage?
Damage is done, my friend.
My damage is done. It goes to celeb jeweler Shuki International. You may know him as Floyd Mayweather's jeweler. Also a jeweler to a certain NFL player, former player. You guys familiar with the guy Antonio Brown?
Yes.
Yeah.
You've heard of him.
What did Antonio Brown not pay him?
You'll never believe this, dude. This guy did not pay his jeweler for $1.1 million.
Oh, Antonio Brown stiffed somebody else. That's what a surprise. We don't have 900 of those stories.
Of course. Now these stories keep
Now,
coming
did
out.
Antonio Brown collaborate on that stiffing?
I don't know. It may have been a partnership with someone. I don't know. Those are two different things. But apparently they had an agreement that he would receive the jewelry and pay for a portion of it on September is what I was gonna say.
Really?
February 24th, 2022. And he just had to pay $1.1 million by December of that year. The guy gave him 10 months expecting Antonio Brown to pay this.
Big mistake.
Damage is done, my friend.
I mean, if you don't have the track record right now of Antonio Brown and you're
Come
not
on.
getting paid up front for your jewelry,
That's on you.
That's
dude.
on you. You know what? That's just on you.
Yeah.
I mean, how many stores? Look, I know a lot of people will bring up celebrities' names to drum up, if they feel slighted. However, there does come a time when there's a pattern. And Antonio Brown's pattern, chefs, movers, trainers. I think you have to know, hey, AB.
Football.
Yeah, football. AB, I'm going to need you to pay me up front. If you want this. What was this?
we were done with
the jewelry.
No, this is the one. I don't know if you saw him with some diamond fingers. He had his entire finger like a
Must have
cover
missed
on
that
it.
one.
Yeah, well, that's $500,000 each. He still hasn't paid for it. So good luck. Good luck repossessing that from him. Well, damage is done, my
Damage
friend.
is done, dude.
Damage is done, my friend.
We'll take a quick break here on the show. Final hour of the program. Coming up after this. If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me.
Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Steers on the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof, like I always wanted him. I never hated him. I never traded him. And if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side floor. Gucci get large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, cute as could be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Ay, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Goosies.
Thanks, Tommy.
That was good.
Goosies.
I like it.
Ah, well done, Marcos. Hey, let me tell you guys what we got going on. All right. If you guys want to go see David Blaine in Las Vegas, here's how you do it. All right. David Blaine in Spades is showing exclusively at Resorts World Theater, and it's going on from April 28th to July 15th. And if you want to go, make a trip to see David Blaine. All you have to do is fire up the Odyssey app. You log in and listen. And every hour that you listen, you get another chance, another entry into the contest. So check that out. Log in and listen to WQAM for your chance to go see David Blaine in Spades. And if you guys want to buy your tickets, maybe just like, that sounds like a good time. Those tickets are on sale now at rwlasvegas.com or axs.com. Let's get into some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Little breaking news during the break regarding the Canes women's basketball team. The Cavinder Twins have announced that they are not coming back for their final year of eligibility.
What?
Yep. The Haley Cavinder.
Yeah, where are they going?
They don't know yet. They have not announced. I will read the letter from Haley Cavinder, which is signed by both, but she tweeted it out. Miami, thank you for an unforgettable season. The love and support we received from the university and the city was special. We'd like to thank our teammates and coaches for bringing us in as a family and being part of this historic season. With that being said, Hannah and I have decided to not take our 5th year and start the next chapter of our lives. You will always be home and forever proud to be Hurricanes. Lastly, to everyone who has supported us through the basketball journey, we cannot thank you enough for all the love you gave us each and every game. What started as us playing basketball 16 years ago turned into something bigger than we could have ever imagined. We love you, Canes family. Signed, the Cavinder Twins. And they're moving on. I think the first thing that has been out there is that they may go to WWE.
Cool.
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna leave we have suspensions because of them now.
What do you mean? We don't have suspensions.
Sanctions
With the
or
rest,
something.
dude.
No, I'm sick of them. How dare they turn their back on us? They just get us in trouble and dip. What kind of stuff is that?
Apparently, the thing was, I was reading this yesterday in Michelle Kaufman's column in the Herald, is that Haley, who was their leading scorer this year, wanted to come back, and Hannah, who doesn't score as much, didn't.
Doesn't play.
She wants to move on.
What a shocker.
And she I think that this is the read I get it, because I'm not very much in the weeds on the Cavinder Twins, but the way I get it is she's like, hey, we got to go as a package deal. Package deal, dude, over to the end of the WWE.
Oh,
What do you want to go be Van Wilder and score buckets your whole life? Yes. So anyway, the Cavinder Twins, it was a quick, brief, but fun ride.
Yeah.
They are moving on.
Well, they're bigger stars than basketball players anyway.
Are they trying to pull a Brie and Nikki Bella situation?
Yes, probably. I mean, they're huge TikTok stars, right? Like that's, it's one of those things where they have a giant brand, but the brand is being twins, So yeah, I think Nikki and Brie Bella just left, and UFC does the WWE does these big developments.
Yeah, they start having kids and stuff. Weren't they both pregnant together?
They were, but I don't think they like ended their careers. Like they
It
recently
was.
just left.
I think like the recent pregnancy was around the same time.
But they were in the
Right.
WWE forever. Like they were in there for like a good decade. And
I used to watch their show a little bit.
they there's a lot of opportunity for the young, like who did this recently? Valerie Loretta, the MMA fighter from down here.
Really?
She's in WWE now.
Is she?
She's
Wow.
she's been training for WWE. She's like
Damn.
I think her name is I think it's Lola Vice is
Oh.
like her
Yeah,
she's gonna be from Miami, the whole billing and all that. So
That's
yeah,
cool.
you get like they get a lot of young athletes to cross on over, and it's a cool way to make a living.
Yeah.
You really seem to know a lot about wrestling.
Well, I know I know I'm on the outskirts of wrestling for sure, but I know
Come
Valerie
on.
because
it's part of your
Company now.
what is that supposed to mean?
it's part of your makeup.
What do you mean?
I'm saying
What does that
you're
mean?
supposed to love wrestling.
What's that?
Really?
No, I want to know. What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by
What do you
that,
mean
huh?
by that, dude?
Well,
I'll tell you what I mean.
like wrestling?
First of all,
Yeah.
you're a redneck.
That's okay.
You do stuff like hunt iguanas.
All right.
Mm.
All
You're
right.
infatuated by animals.
Yep.
You like to go out in the wilderness. That is a redneck.
What about
Right?
I do not
no
watch.
shame in it.
I
But,
don't.
but the other thing that goes in with that is wrestling.
I am not a regular viewer of the wrestling. I like wrestling drama. I like the backstage dirt sheets and all that stuff.
You know,
But,
it's
Hmm?
never mind.
the extracurriculars?
I don't.
You know that it's
First
what?
of all, I don't want to piss a whole bunch of people off.
What you're gonna say?
Like-
It's fake?
What?
It is fake, but Leroy, I mean, you got to admit those people go through some pretty bad injuries.
Yeah.
No, they do.
Respectful.
No, they
Like,
do.
they-
I'm not.
they go
I'm
through-
not saying you don't need to be athletic to do it.
I remember going. We went to shoot one of the things with Romberg. We shot at Fight Evolution Wrestling down here locally. They shoot out of a warehouse,
Nice.
and yeah, dude, that looks like it really hurts.
Yep.
When they have to do bumps and stuff like that, and the ring runs and all that stuff. So yeah, no, it's predetermined, obviously, except for Vince McMahon's mustache.
Oh, man.
But it's but it's still, I mean, it's a thrilling show, dude. I mean, what are they just sold out SoFi Stadium 2 days in a row?
Bro.
People love it.
I saw the first day of WrestleMania recently. Kevin Hart opened the show. Snoop Dogg opened the show. Becky G did it. Like it's a
Oh yeah,
event,
I did see
dude.
Becky G there. Yeah.
It's a huge event. And Logan Paul, by the way, that guy is
He's good.
He is very good.
Yeah, he's good. But yeah, Cavinder Twins leaving us for the WWE.
Bastards.
Well, don't say that.
Dude. Sanctions on our team
What do you
because of that.
mean? It was a fun season. It was worth it.
Yeah, it was fun.
So that's that. Marlins, they'll be back on the field today, trying to bounce back. Aaron Nola on the hill for the Phillies. Jesus Luzardo goes for the Fish. First pitch set for 6:40. Heat, they take on the Atlanta Hawks in the play-in game tonight. Tip-off from Casella is set for 7:30. Pre-heat with Solana is at 6:15. And Mel Kiper, he has come out with his mock draft 4.0, and he is mocking Steve Avila to the Dolphins, a guard center from TCU.
All right, that's cool. Whatever.
In the first round?
Well, they don't have
I
a
don't
first round
think we
pick.
have a first
It would be second round.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
that's fine.
I didn't even
You
know.
want to know why they didn't have a first round?
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek Hill.
Tom Brady never answered for his crimes.
Look at
That's
him. huh?
why.
Look at him.
That's why Tom Brady just waltzing out here. Hey,
yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
hey. I know you're out there.
Is he out there?
Waltzing around Sunny Isles,
Elbow.
Tom.
Is he?
You never answered for your crimes.
That's true.
Now you're a cat guy. You're
Uh-huh.
taking undies picks, and we're sitting here with no first round pick.
Yeah.
Tom,
Where
Tom,
is now turn
where
it
is he?
Look at
Hey,
that.
Tobes.
Where is he? Hey, where's Tom Brady?
Where is he?
Where are you?
Tell me, lad.
You coward. He's a coward.
Coward.
Call him
Hey.
right now, Tom Brady. I
Yeah.
demand answers.
Hey,
That's right.
Where
Yeah.
is he?
Yeah, no.
the old love Sunny Isle.
Get him on the phone right. I want to be like Chris Russo. Is it? Wait, put your son on. Put your son on. Where is Tom Brady? We don't have a first round pick because of this guy.
Yep.
And Bruce Beal.
Oh,
Get out of here. Ridiculous.
Sick of him.
I'm sick of him.
Bruce Beal, huh? Definitely
This Tom Brady still costing the Dolphins years later.
And what is he doing?
Nothing. What's he doing? Sitting on sunny isles, drinking Mai Tais. I don't know why I haven't drinking Mai Tais. He probably probably too fruity for him, right? Like he doesn't like strawberries.
Think he's gonna let go now and have a
No.
donut even?
No, he'll be like on Dancing with the Stars or something like that.
Gotcha.
You know?
No.
Why do I see that actually happening?
You want to know what he collaborated on?
What?
Ruining draft day, dude. Collaborated on ruining draft day for the Dolphins.
How dare he?
Top bastard, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Ruined it, dude.
Yeah. I'm just like yelling.
Really, Leroy?
Yeah, what's going on over there?
You
dude?
crunching right into the microphone, dude? Dude, mute your mic.
You took this opportunity of you yelling to just stuff some more food.
And all we hear is
He's got his popcorn.
Aren't you guys mad at Tom Brady? He ruined draft day.
He did.
I got to hear about pick 51 because Tom Brady wanted to be the Dolphins quarterback. And the Dolphins got blamed.
That's right.
What's up with that? What was his punishment? Why didn't they make him sit out a year? No punishment for Tom Brady. Just gets to waltz around willy-nilly while the Dolphins don't have a first-round pick this year. Could have traded it for Aaron Donald if I wanted to.
Ooh.
Aaron Donald could be a Dolphin right now if we wanted to because he's hobnobbing with Mike McMahon. But we can't because greedy Tom Brady didn't want to be in Tampa Bay anymore. You think I forgot about that, Tom?
Oh,
you think I forgot about that?
Who is he looking at? I must know.
He's
seeing
looking at
him.
Tom.
I'm looking right at Sunny. Is that where Sunny Isles is?
Actually, I think it's the other way. It's that way.
Hey, you think I forgot about that, Tom?
Is west. You're facing west.
Oh, where? That way?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't really affect for the.
Well, you can yell out the hallway. It's cool.
It's gonna be yelling at that
Hey,
dog.
We're literally.
I was getting ready to say you can't yell out in the hallway because somebody might take a dump.
Matter of time, right?
Yeah,
Matter of
if you're the
time.
owner of that dog, you got to be embarrassed, right?
I went during commercial break and I kept hearing the story and it was just
Oh,
got
man.
better and better.
Yeah, the story is it's permeating throughout the hallways.
Oh gosh.
Just
Don't
a-
kids do this though? Don't like
Well,
you.
you know that's going to be the next email, right?
I mean,
No more dogs.
No more dogs.
I feel
Although
like
it shouldn't have been dogs in the first place, to be honest with you.
wait, but the thing that's great about it is it happened during a business meeting.
Yes.
That's.
And so, okay, so
Do you know what the business happened to be? Just category.
no, I don't know what it is.
Would have been great if
but
it was
I
a
do
carpet
know
company.
That one of our coworkers, Brian, watched as Dozer pooed.
yes.
And then he was like, okay, good. No one is watching this happen. But then when he turns around and sees the suits, they're all staring at the
Oh,
butt.
they saw it.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Wow.
The worst.
So good. Hilarious.
And you want to know what happened to Dozer?
Yeah.
He answered for his crimes right away.
Yes, he did because guess what? He is leached up there.
And
Now he is in
then
the
Dozer
corner.
sit in a cubicle, and what's Tom Brady doing?
Nothing.
Just waltzing around Sunny Isles.
That way.
The other
I
way.
asked Zeus when I said, hey, man, you couldn't give me a heads up. Let me know.
Does he? Does he let you know?
Yeah.
Good dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you guys like this TCU guard? You tickle your
yeah.
fancy?
Yeah, it's probably going to be
6'4",
a good pickup.
330.
Solid.
Beefy.
Yeah, I
Big
mean, we need
boy.
offensive linemen. Pretty good.
Somebody's got to replace Eichenberg, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go into this thing with Eichenberg again.
Yeah, literally anyone could replace Icecuzzi.
I mean, I'm telling you, as a unit, right? Here's what happens. We get on Eichenberg for 2 years. They play together for 3 or 4. And then that third or fourth year, you go, Eichenberg's really coming around. No, that's not the case. They're just playing better together. That's always been
But
the
you've
case.
also told me that more years of bad experience doesn't make you a better player.
No,
You did say that.
I mean, a more experienced bad player is still a bad player.
Like Noah Igbenogany.
Woo!
Although he
I
did
don't
win
know
a
what
game.
he is.
He did win a game.
He did win a game.
Yep.
He can
No,
drink now.
I'm not going to leave.
That's a point.
Is that the highlight of his career? Other than the win?
All right, we'll take a quick break. 15 minutes of heat. Kyle Lowry.
Mm.
He had some interesting things to say about his health. That's next.
This 15 minutes of your Miami Heat.
All right. Welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Hey, it's April, and Dave & Buster's month continues. We've got your chance to win a $250 gift card from Dave & Buster's. You guys go there. Maybe you'll watch some NBA playoffs, little NHL playoffs, whatever they got on TV. Cornhole. Maybe play some cornhole with Dave & Buster's. They have cornhole with Dave & Buster's?
Yeah,
I know they got that giant Connect 4, which my kids like.
Ooh.
And Mario Kart. Oh, dude.
Is everything better when it's giant?
Oh, dude. Have you played the arcade version of Mario Kart?
No, actually.
I think I have actually.
Oh, it's fun, dude.
Wait. You mean like with the joystick and the two buttons? Like old school arcade Mario?
No, I
Kart?
mean like at an arcade. Like I don't know the last time you've been to a Chuck E. Cheese or something like that.
Drive,
But
like the
yeah,
drive.
like you sit in and drive.
That is very fun.
Yes, they do for Mario
Very
Kart
fun.
now, and
Yeah.
so Dave & Buster's has those. I had to, I had to smoke them. You had to teach him a lesson.
Okay, yeah, I need to know. Is that what I do? Should I do that as well? Should I just always dominate him?
Oh
or-
yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
All right.
I mean, Leroy will tell you too. You don't let your kids win.
Leroy has Fonz ever beaten you at anything?
Nope.
Okay. All
So
right, I like
if
that.
you win your gift
I
card,
go and buy him today. So we'll get up and we'll cross paths in the morning. I say, you ready for a chance at the title?
Wow, jeez. He's like just getting breakfast.
So if you guys want to win those gift cards to Dave & Buster's, WQM.com, man, right there on the contest page. Check it on out. Eat, drink, play, watch sports at Dave & Buster's in Hollywood. So Kyle Lowry yesterday, talking to the media, was asked about his health and where things are with him. And he said, listen, people were rats off a ship on Kyle Lowry. It seemed like he was going to get traded. I mean, he was not playing in the fourth quarter, but he attributes this to one thing and one thing alone, and that is simply he was not healthy. Here's Kyle Lowry.
I was hurt. I was playing on one leg, and I'm still not fully healthy like I want to be. But when you play through an NBA season, and it looks bad when you don't make excuses, and I don't make excuses. So I was playing on a really hurt leg, and I got time to recover and get to a spot where I was very comfortable in playing, and that helps.
So there you go, Leroy.
It's the loudest court in the world.
Can
It's the loudest court.
It is a loud court.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
do you have a problem with guys saying no excuses, but I was hurt?
Ooh.
Isn't that an excuse?
Wow. Do you?
I mean, it's a fact.
I don't feel like I'm allowed to comment on that, 'cause I am not in the
but you don't
injury.
have to put in there no excuses.
You have played.
It's a fact.
You have played many games hurt.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's an excuse? Because I feel like if you're hurt, you're hurt. It is a reason, but like we've seen, nobody cares, right? Like it's one of these things.
I
Ask
think
Baker Mayfield. Oh,
for the most part, fans are like this. If you're out there, then we're gonna treat you like you're 100%, without realizing that, sometimes your coach may ask you, "Give me what you can."
Yeah.
And so
he would by the end before they shut him down, and they shut him down for a good amount. Like, oof. I mean, he just looked like a shell.
The other thing that I hate is this. I've had situations where I've played and opted not to have surgery and played through the year, but it was a struggle. And then the team comes to me after the year and say, we want to restructure your contract. So, like, basketball is a little different because it's guaranteed. But football, there's a whole nother different dynamic where the same people that ask you to go give them what you can are the same people that are saying, we can't pay you all this money because look at your numbers.
Right.
And that's
it's good for, I mean, listen, Kyle's in a good spot. And it's Kyle's in a good spot, but it's not one of these things where, he's got a guaranteed deal. That's all that.
Right.
Is Tyler saying that he's learned that we've been talking about his dog pooping?
Yeah.
I mean, do you think we're not going to talk about it?
It's poop
I
gate.
kind of
dog.
have to.
Like, how are you not going to talk about the dog pooping in the building?
It's poop gate part 2.
See, that's the thing is like we always get in trouble for that. But if the music stations had time, they'd talk about it too.
No, you got to talk.
We're always the ones that get in trouble. You guys talking about the office drama? Yes, we have a talk show.
He's definitely gonna take me off that list now.
Wow, dude.
Off of what list?
Tortuga.
The Tortuga list.
Good luck.
Tortuga.
Point for Tobin.
Find out who's sitting on me.
Oh, Len.
Go, Len.
Len's over here.
Oh, we
It was
know.
not him.
We know it was you. Meanwhile, Kyle was also talking about it took him some convincing to shut it down with his injury. This was Kyle Lowry yesterday at practice.
It took a lot. I pushed through it for 3 months, and it was a lot. And I know, numbers say this, that, and the other, but, in our league, you can't play against the best players in the world not healthy, and both offensively and defensively. For me, it's just like, I got to get right to help this team long term.
What do you think it was, the 8th or 9th fourth quarter that he wasn't playing before Spo was able to convince him not to play for a while?
I just think it's one of those injuries that it seems like as the game went on, he struggled more and more. So it wasn't a situation of where he was performing poorly in the fourth quarter as much as it was that's all he had to give, and he wasn't able to function in the fourth quarter. So Spo tried to do different things with him, have him come off the bench, have him do, to where you can make his minutes meaningful, but it just got to the point where he couldn't do it.
Curious, like, I don't think they're going to do a switcheroo like they did in the 2020 finals run where Kendrick Nunn was the starter regular season and they flipped to Gogi. I think that it's going to stay like this for now. I mean, maybe if they get down 0-2 in a series, Spo will change it up. If they, of course we can't talk playoffs because they're not played in, so I don't want to get ahead of myself. But
still going with that, huh?
It's the facts. Trust me. Hey, listen, we got a victory tonight. All we're talking about tomorrow is that smoke. But we got to play him before we can play off, okay? But Kyle Lowry did say he is ready for some more minutes. This was Lowry on the reserve role and how he's adjusting to it, and he's ready for more.
I mean, I'm playing a position that, I'm trying to help my team, and I'm saying in the sense of I'm doing whatever it helps my team to win. That's all that really matters in that situation. That's what that is. I mean, I don't really feel like anything but trying to help the team win, honestly. At this point of this season, it doesn't matter what I am what I am, and we are what we are, and I think we have a good rhythm with that right now. I think it's been good for our team, and, for us, we just got to win games. And what it is I'm coming off the bench to help our team win games.
Are you in a place now if they need or want to ramp up your minutes?
Yeah.
That you feel comfortable
Yes.
about that?
Very, very, very comfortable.
Okay. There we go. He's ready, Leroy, for a bigger load.
Hopefully not that one that Tortuga left.
Point for Leroy.
We'll take a break.
Can we get a sign and just put it on his desk? Let's say Tortuga.
Did we talk about the dog pooping? Of course.
Had you.
When the dog poops in the hallway of an office building where there's no animals, you best believe it's going to get talked about.
And I'm not pooping on him, but like,
Listen, Doja's an adorable dog.
I thought it was hilarious.
Of course
I'm
we're
not
gonna
saying
talk-
anything mean about him.
Listen, if you make a room full of suits sprawl out of there because of some poop, that's hilarious.
They're going to have people up in that building like COVID is back. Mask on.
Tell you what, though, if whatever they were talking about actually gets it done, credit to her.
Yeah.
Dude. Credit to her.
Right? Getting the deal closed with the dog pooping right outside your door.
Pooped, sealed.
You know, if they had suits in our room, that meeting would be over.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
They'd be like, hold on. Did the dog just... Tobin, come see this.
We'll take a break. Final segment of the show coming up after this. Taking you up until 2. If you missed any of today's show, get the Tobin and Leroy podcast available for you on all podcast platforms. And, of course, you guys can watch the show back, Miami 560 WQAM. Thanks to Bryant McKinnie for joining the show earlier today. If you missed Bryant, he was fantastic on the work that he's doing for mental health and his thoughts on the Canes. I do like the idea of like him saying, I don't know how I'd feel about blocking for somebody for a quarterback in college making $500,000.
Got a point, man.
He does make a point.
NIL deals
Because the O linemen are not getting NIL. It's not fair.
Yep.
Like Leroy makes the good point. Like, hey, NFL O lineman makes good money, you know.
Right.
But in college,
it's a good point, man.
Wow.
I don't know.
So now we getting basically a twitch of J-Fig lotioning her hands, and then she bends over the camera, follows.
That it follows you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's creepy.
I was just trying to get hand sanitizer.
I was surprised
It's
Leroy wanted a
following
follow
me.
camera in his studio.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
follow camera creeps me out.
Tobin doesn't like it.
I don't like it.
No, you know why? Because that when I move up and down, it'll. Yeah.
So you just wanted. So let me get this straight. You just wanted a contraption that would allow you to lean.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that the point? If you're gonna sit still, you don't need it.
It's not the camera,
No,
dude. It's the
that's not
mic.
what they use it for.
I need you to get a headset.
With the boom?
Yes.
No.
Then you can lean.
No, I'm not doing.
Oh.
I don't want to wear a contraption that we wear on the road.
Why? You don't want it. So you don't want.
I want one of those.
You don't
Because I
want.
can't wear. So I did it when we were at Marlins practice, and it was a little easier to. Hey, Junkie 52, what's happening?
So, and we talked a little bit with Brian about Odell, but we didn't spit too much on. But Odell Beckham going to the Ravens. What did you think of that? Like, do you think that seals it up? That Lamar's
No.
gonna stay?
What I think is this. I think that they're not as far apart as we think.
Mm-hmm.
Because if there was a thought that he wasn't coming back, they would have never went on and got that receiver. Sir, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
Definitely the best receiver he's ever
Right.
had. Easily.
Not AJ Brown? No, AJ Brown was
Not
with
A.J. Brown.
Tennessee. Who
He had
was
Hollywood.
He had Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
No, it's not Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
Better than Odell.
no,
Even today's Odell.
right.
Even today's Odell. But I think that
I would have loved to take 2 years off of football or a year and a half off of football, come back and make 15.
pretty good.
Yeah.
After winning the Super Bowl.
But I think that's one of the. Here's the thing that there's a couple of the AFC East things I like. One, Odell's not going to the Jets, which is one of the things Aaron Rodgers wanted. Now they got good weapons anyway, but I wouldn't. But still, makes him. He's not going to the Jets, and hopefully this signifies that he is going back to the Ravens. And while the Dolphins play the Ravens this year, he ain't going to the Patriots, and they're stuck with Mac Jones. So I feel like it was kind of a good day for Dolphin fans in a way.
Still got to play the games. It doesn't matter.
I don't understand why you say things
On paper, dude.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what you're doing. You're playing
Not
football
doing
on
it.
paper.
Okay, but also via resume, they're both very good players, and they're not, and you don't have
No
to face
doubt.
them twice a year.
No doubt. No doubt.
So I liked it. I thought that was a
know
good
what?
sign.
I want all Dolphins fans to get to a point where you don't care what anybody else does because you like your team.
I feel like I'm almost there.
That's a ridiculous statement by you.
All right.
I mean, it really is. It's such a silly thing to say.
What the hell was
I don't
that?
want to look. You don't
Hold
want.
on.
Look at what your
Hold on. First of all, let me go in the other room and get some sutures for you bashing me in the back of the head.
What are you talking about?
You just hit me with a stupid.
Everybody's going to be looking at what your opponents do. Of course, it's important.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
You think Kansas City cares what Denver does?
The Dolphins
Or-
aren't Kansas City though. Like if you got okay.
That's what I said. I said I want to get to that point.
That's 2 championships.
No, it's not.
Okay.
You don't have to win 2 championships to get to that point.
One.
just a good run in the playoffs with the same group of guys.
You don't think that the Bills have had good runs in the playoffs? Do you think that they're gonna? You don't think they're a little worried? Because I think they're worried.
You know why they're worried? Here's why they were worried. Because they just gave a running quarterback a boatload of money. And when that running fails him, then what?
Oh, that's Aaron Rodgers. Not a Jet yet, huh?
It don't matter. He ain't playing football. What's the rush?
I don't know. The draft's next week.
Yeah.
No moves?
I mean, it'd be pretty stupid for the Packers not to do something before the draft and have to wait for a whole nother year for any compensation.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
They'll get it done.
Did you guys see it? But besides Tua's wonderful mustache, did you see how happy he was at this luau that he had yesterday? I liked it.
He's had about 8 luau's since he's been in town.
He has a luau every year, dude. He doesn't have 8 luau. But remember, the luau was a big place for Mike McDaniel last year, where he got up there and they did. I hope I'm saying.
Weren't they dancing together?
It was is it the haka? Is that what they call it? I'm
I know
probably
what you're
messing
talking
that
about.
up.
Yeah, I know what you're
No,
talking about.
that sounds like something that J
Was
Fig
it haka? It just might be haka. I don't know. But
Hey,
Jason
that sounds like something J Fig killed. Oh, that's a macaw.
Jason Taylor was doing it yesterday.
Oh, he was there.
Yeah, he was there.
I thought he was, Kane's coach now.
He is. He is.
I know, but
I saw him on the podium. I saw him. He was doing a press conference recently, because they were interviewing the coaches. Looks good. Looks good in a coach's hoodie.
Nice.
He's got to put together. But Tua yesterday, smiling from ear to ear. Dude looks excited for football, dude.
He's happy, dude.
Yeah,
He's happy. You got a little
the
baby.
happiest time of the year before football starts.
Nah, it's all happening,
It
baby.
is.
He's working with receivers. He's coming back with a vengeance this year. All right. He looks like a centaur.
Now, question. Having all these bodies in Florida working out with Tua, is that a Florida thing or a Dolphins thing? Because I think living in Miami
definitely has to help.
Right, exactly.
Definitely has
Because
to help.
I'm gonna tell you, when we used to sign, you have to sign out a little piece of paper when you leave for the last meeting, and that way they can get a hold of you, whether it's email, phone,
I
or
think
whatever.
Yeah, and I think volunteer stuff starts next week.
And guess what I did? Guess what my phone number was every year for 10 years?
What?
411.
Nobody would find you.
They know how to get a hold of me. I don't want to know. I didn't want to chit chat.
And you want to know where he was working out?
Where?
Boca. That's where Leroy was working out with
Yeah.
Dolphins. So yeah,
No, I worked out I used to work out a couple of off seasons with Chris Carter at his little thing in Boca.
The
most of the years when I worked out with Higgs and who do we have? We had Louis Oliver and a bunch of other guys that worked out. We worked out at Western High School.
mustache, dude. He just seems put together, like a mature killer. You know what I'm saying?
So mature. He's a dad now.
Yeah, he's a dad.
Does a mustache make you mature?
I think it does.
That's why you're a child.
Two things.
I can't rule that out.
Because you don't have no facial hair.
If I wanted to, I could though.
Dude,
start this again.
Your face is as smooth as Tommy's butt.
What?
Like a baby's butt.
Baby's butt. I mean, Tommy's got old. A baby's butt.
I mean, but he ain't got hair on his butt.
Okay, now this is
It's very
I'm
strange.
just saying.
Back to the macaroni.
No.
No, back to the Mets tush.
You love that.
No, she was thick though. She was.
I mean, she
for
was.
sure. There was a whole
Good
article.
for Mr. Met.
dedicated. Yeah, for
Good
sure.
for Mr. Met. No wonder they've had so many.
And then they got kids.
Yeah.
You saw the whole
The
family.
whole family, dude. The whole family.
Is that the only mascot that has a huge family like that?
No, Bernie and Bernice have popped out a few.
Yeah, Bernice is low key.
The little flames.
I have not seen the little.
Oh, they've been
Flames.
around.
Oh,
They've been
yeah.
around. I'll try and find a picture for you tonight, J Fig.
Okay.
It's in one of the closets.
Don't promise a Bernie you can't deliver on, dude.
I have. Before.
Hey, so you know what? You should get. Have you ever gotten Tommy a Bernie, a white Bernie? He wanted a white Bernie.
No, they don't sell them.
They don't exist.
Maybe they will this year, and they heard my idea, but they don't sell white hot Bernies.
I heard tonight's stats don't.
But
count.
you want to know something? We can't talk about White Hawk playoffs before we play in, dude. We gotta play in first. Gotta play in. Have to.
There's a couple of phrases. What are you doing?
You're
I'm right in the middle of the screen.
I hear him okay.
That's JF. Where do you want me to sit?
Next to your microphone.
I'm in the camera.
I think that's acceptable. It's better than him having his title cover his face all day.
Well, I'm sorry, but JF's got this big ass banner.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I don't.
Maybe we shouldn't have
Everybody
subtitles.
has it just fine.
Maybe we shouldn't have subtitles though. Maybe it's too much. You know, we already got to keep him in the camera as it is.
Okay, let's see. Do you like? Let's see. Let's toy with this around. Do you like this one? Oh, even worse.
Nah, too bulky.
Yeah.
But I do like the fanciness. Oh, I like that one.
Oh, I don't like that one.
I like that one.
Right.
That one's kind of put together. I like that, J-Fig.
Fancy.
Really?
Yeah, it's better than the bubbles.
Do you like that one?
I like the other one better.
This one?
Yeah.
I don't.
That's slick.
What are you trying to say, JF?
Listen.
Yeah, what's up? How come you're not a fan of that one?
Yeah, how come you're not a fan of that one?
Because it takes away from the background. Okay, guys? Let's not put words in my mouth because it's not what this is.
That's our show for today,
Chill.
everybody. Hope you have a great rest of your day.
You
I'll be
take
posting
some time
that-
off, JF, and think about what you've done.
Yeah, you
I've
think about
done
what
nothing,
think
okay?
About it. Think about it.
Fix it.
Stop pooping in the hallway.
That was
All
not
right.
me.
We got, boots on the ground today. If you see me at the arena, shout boots on the ground.
Poops on the ground. Did somebody yell in the hallway? Poops on the ground.
We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. You know, because the old aren't very good with technology.
Okay.
I'm not getting anything, honey. Let me try again.
Ooh, you see that intangible flying down the field?
You know what I figured out about you? This is the truth. And it pains me to say this. You're a fame shamer.
Go to break, because during this break, I'm going to kick Tobin's ass.
I'll see y'all when I see y'all.